bangsat aja.
Serope.
Kudu menang naon.
Iya make nobles. Aing. Enggak saya mah jang si Yula aja yang menang Bloodstained mah aing.
Match found. Death match. Warm up.
Gacha senjata gacha, gacha yang
Emang main game kan.
kan parah cok anti gua naon aja. Bikin parah ini.
We know more than we did before. Let's use that.
Fight!
Now, where to start? My eyes are better than yours. One down.
Paket lost wipe.
Hujan berarti ya.
Itu hujan.
Alu satu bil.
Yang pas berapa persen? Beda berarti ya.
Detik sih tapi lumayan anjing karasa ngebling-ngebling.
Ngebling kan kasih.
Ngomong tadi kayak ayam. Ya.
Delete. No hard feelings.
Ten kills remaining.
Ouch! Slam. Allah.
5 kills remaining.
Enemy down.
One kill remaining.
Hey, Matt. Kemarin aja sepi kieu.
Jadi
Iya bang.
bilang dari land dia. Wah.
Iya. Dark little sure you know. Masalah selesai sebiran.
Low?
Waduh, tinggi kali bang ranknya bang.
On.
Saya push dulu lah ini bang.
Orang Shani sesiswa.
Match found.
Kasau mah sambil jengker pada lo. Kunci. Kaca bera versi serius sama.
Death match. Warm up.
Hello. Oh. Okay.
Ayeuna main palo biu
Main game Pepper X jeung eta Wolf
jam 11 nya biasa.
salutan
Fanatik kira fanatik.
teuing.
Aja sih main begini.
Teuing.
Iya bukan.
Tadi bae heula biu.
The
Jadi ayeuna hirup deui.
MVP is mine. Let's do this.
Oh, fanatik
Hirup
main.
mana bae?
Fight.
Let me show you how to box.
Bae heula biu.
Get out
Ayeuna
of
hirup
here.
deui si Abi.
Oh, you ain't coming back.
Hello. Depan yang di kamar. Sih.
Ya anjay.
Saya to become bisa. Okay.
Put down.
What? Yeah. Whatever. You draw my hair before.
Nek mengikuti jejak musbir.
Okay.
Malah menjadi bus bir biu.
Shit. Did you play Compe before? I saw you play Compe. Omen is your main? Main agent? I see. What else? Agent.
You're out.
KO. Wow. I play KO then. Never heard a girl playing KO. I don't know. Have. Usually, Sage, Clove, and Reina. Wow. Interesting.
No, you don't. Brimstone's out.
Saya kamu bisa
What?
di
Triple, baby.
Ah. Oh,
Ini aja.
I play since Valorant release.
Berarti seru banget itu aja.
Sarua.
Iya, musbir.
Oh, aing main musbir, aing mah cek boy. Aing mah cek boy.
Oh, ini mau
Mayawak,
lokal.
siapa?
Oh, ini mau spirit internasional.
Boleh Bill.
Masuk bio.
Wait, you play Valorant since when?
Ayo masuk main Jas.
Tarai.
Oh,
That's done.
I don't know.
Triple, baby.
Yang wayah nawe mikir dulu ya anjing gak main.
Quadra.
Okay lah.
Itu S itu main otak parah.
Just play for fun, right?
Dia main S ramai 100 diri dulu.
Okay. Ew. No. What the hell? Ouch. Wait, you have a lot of skill, no? Yes, thanks. Buddy.
10 kills remaining.
But you without gun buddy.
Dead.
What's funny?
Sorry, bro.
5 kills remaining.
Triple, baby.
Spectre here. Yes, yes. Phoenix again, the last man. Where is he? Yeah, I think he's a player. Ah, on me. On me. Here. Aku got a knife.
1 kill remaining.
Oh my god.
Game point, bro.
Where is your Vandal skin? Vandal.
They're done. I was just getting started.
Oh. Can I? Oh, thank you. Just drop it. I can buy Vandal for you also. This is my favorite Vandal actually. after champion.
Monster Hunter terkuat anjing masuk.
That is nice. Unlucky, unlucky. I guess. Wait, do you have OP kit?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, black.
Iya orang dia.
Oh, the Phantom also I like.
Yeah, I like the family.
Yeah, I agree.
Iya kan ini di KI gitu server aja gue juga baik aja.
Oh, market.
Nggak tahu Matt.
Wow,
Ente
okay.
minta heula Instagram mun alus di invite. Terus ketebak.
Di Satam review.
Phoenix out from A.
Then Rena killed us both while being
Revive me.
Siga beng.
Oh, really?
Suaranya.
Bagus.
I'm fucked.
Match found.
I want to get one.
Oh, hey, you still zero. Let me. Come.
I want to get it on my own.
You can do this. Even look, Fate have 150. Wait,
So,
why they push, man? Yeah. I have no idea. Crouch player. Like this. I'm gonna flash first. Now you kill. I flash, you pick. Careful, my flash. It's okay. Let's try. Oh no! Well, you died. Am I flash you? Am I flash you? No, right? With the net.
Match found.
It's not net. I also don't know what is that called. I just say net. Uh, oh shit.
I'll fight
I'll fight everybody.
Buy armor.
Nice.
Try.
Yeah, let's try.
Well, uh, let me guess. Your sense is around 1. Oh, too slow? What?
Yeah. I don't wait.
Wait, how much DPI do you use?
Why?
0.2. Oh. Uh-huh. What a nice outplay.
I think they just saw me.
Yep.
This
He get info by
Poor
kill Jet.
A city after my own heart. Reloading.
Should be.
Reloading.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, look. Gobi.
Reloading. Reloading.
We gonna win.
Oh, I was gonna blind. I did not.
Careful here.
Our neon is
Our
too good.
spike carrier is dead.
Spike down
Time
A.
to jump.
Smoke, bro. What the fuck?
Again.
Siap.
Hey, bro.
Ooh, need more.
Smoke, bro.
Smoke's down.
No bomb.
I challenge you to kill 5. Okay.
One CT.
Hey, what bundle do you have?
Two city.
No.
Last player standing.
60.
Oh,
Three there. Oh, no.
my bad. For a long time no play this. Since they remove
Spike planted.
in competitive.
Even. 3. Back more.
What?
All missiles away.
Oh, you know, in this map actually Omen is good for outplay. You can do whatever you want with your TP. You can do whatever you want with your
That
TP.
Cypher thinks he sees everything.
That hard.
I go invisible, idiot. Come get me.
This. Yeah, you're correct.
Two pushing.
Enemy spotted mid.
Jurang teh naon bahasa Inggrisna yang poho.
Jurang.
Reloading.
Jurang teh jurang
Reloading.
Jet,
Jet low.
kamu bisa jatuh
Down you go.
70 jet.
Okay.
Last player standing.
Oh, abis tuh jurang, cowok. Abis tuh jurang.
Ya bisa. Loba sih orang penyebutan.
Gap juga jurang. You can like outplay from here
Behind,
and you
behind.
down
Variable removed.
to abis and you TP here. That's insane outplay.
I'll try when I have to find it.
Okay.
Brimstone. If you must leave, then wait. Where do we go?
Here.
Reloading.
Okay, smoke mid.
They're
Reload.
not planting.
Reloading. He won't fool me.
Drone tayo, drone.
Oh fuck.
Locating targets. Caution here.
Below you.
Missile deployed.
There. Reload.
Close.
Cutting through.
Nice. That's outplay, that's what I mean.
Sniper.
Trip.
Out of here.
There.
One trap generator, one trap generator.
Now we're cooking.
Reloading.
Very sure Spectres. Oh,
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
why you drove? Request. Whatever. Why you don't use Spectre?
That shook their confidence.
To be good.
He walled me? Oh my god. Yeah.
Drone tayo.
Missile deployed.
Damn. No, it's here.
Smoke.
Close. TP out. I have
Oh,
the
I already made. Pen.
Last player standing.
My ult's ready. Got the
Spike
spike.
down B.
Break it.
One more.
80 euro.
Yeah.
You did it.
Smoke na utuh kene go slow.
I like to hide in the shadow.
Damn.
Darn.
Actually? Like,
Cypher A.
why?
Actually.
30 seconds left.
I can imagine that.
Don't stop fighting. You must keep going, even if you're the only one.
Goodbye.
Reloading.
I died already.
Reloading. Embarrass them.
Where's Omen? On B already. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Whoop. He's hiding here.
Time to jump.
No, this is
Here.
OTP.
I like the way you kiss. 3 more. I mean
Cypher,
4
Cypher.
more. 4K.
Portal closed.
It's big. Second to
I smoke.
Smoke's down.
30 seconds left. Last player standing. Spike down A.
My eyes.
We can stand around all day talking. Kill it.
Just go mid, go mid.
On spawn.
I'll turn this around.
Get out of my way!
Ding, ding, ding.
Launching missile.
It's so good.
Launching missile.
R1, R1.
Enemy spotted mid. I got the spike. Cutting.
I just wondering
Cypher,
how to
cypher.
pronounce your name. Shane,
Drone going out.
Shani,
Got you.
Shani.
This is how we end.
Flank, flank. One. Three, three, three.
So I'm gonna change this name. My name.
Last player standing. Spike
So
down
vote for
A.
me.
Henry.
Turret destroyed.
Ayo, trolley siya. Macam dia trolley. Trap close.
Zucker better watch their backs.
Heal.
I don't know.
Placing sentry. Reloading.
Got one.
Nice.
Watch and learn.
That's my name.
Launching
Now you can call me.
Enemy spotted. B.
That's my name.
Stealing sentry. Placing swarm grenade.
Yep.
Hot one.
All missiles away.
Up to you. You can call me whatever you want.
Launching smoke. Who's next?
Placing alarm bot. Enemy in defense. Gotcha fun. My turn. Last player standing.
What the fuck?
Vamos.
Naon olah.
Hebat.
Lagi kieu we atuh.
Remember to talk to each other out there.
No,
We communicate,
Reloading.
win.
you're safe. Come. Let me. I will do it. Immune. Oh, nice shot.
Jump them.
Yep. Nice
I'll
shot.
handle the skating target.
Disappointing.
Smoke's down.
I'm judging.
Okay,
missiles
yeah,
away.
not bad.
Under.
Bro, smoke here, bro.
Lil.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Brim anjing. Idiot.
At least improvement. Wait, change skin.
Auf Wiedersehen. Turn out. Turn up. Placing swarm grenade.
Where's your favorite skin?
One enemy remaining.
Phantom Singularity. I have Vandal Singularity.
Yeah, I like because it's black and blue.
Oh, I'm using the white.
I had to focus for a second.
Oh, you changed Vandal. You have
It seems
also.
that science shit has some use after all, Killjoy.
Dang. Halo, halo. Ni hao ma.
Queen, PNX Queen, bodo amat.
What agent do you want me to pick? I'm bored.
Cutting through.
Di semua.
And just pick.
Clock. Clock. Clock Reina. Ember.
Spike down mid.
Refresh
2B,
him.
2B.
Reloading.
Get your last in.
To smoker.
Portal closed.
Only 5.
Easy.
Putang inang bobo. Bisa call. Do you know that? Oh, my bad.
30 seconds left.
Too easy.
One B.
Talk about bad word. I have a lot of Thailand bad word.
Last player standing.
Oh, you know also?
My ballistic setup easy kills. And if they don't,
Oh yeah. I remember.
Reloading.
Your friend with Ruby. Right? Yeah, no wonder.
I cannot see the course.
reloading.
Yeah, I just finding
Don't smoke kami.
for friends with the server.
It was
Smoke's
kind
down.
of random because I wasn't saving
Time
the
to jump.
server and suddenly someone yelled at me from dead.
I just bored.
1 mid.
Then finding all friend member.
110, Globe.
I know exactly where.
Last player standing.
In the
Spike
dark.
down mid.
Go B,
I'll pick them
Rush
apart.
me.
You clean up whatever's left.
Nice.
Nice.
Ya, gua aja yang bintang.
Oh my god.
Turn out.
I just play instead the smoke and play timing.
Dia bintang booster kok.
No.
Time to
People, yeah, I know, but I never play that. Because no friends. It's horror game, right?
Mission embarrassed. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
expect nothing less.
You wanna play together?
Reloading.
Let's go.
Last round before the switch.
If you save, spend it.
Please don't ignore.
Bagus.
Reloading.
Oh, you mean there's one side? One side, one side. I told you. One scammer. Why you lying, bro?
Go mid, go mid.
You're scam.
Reloading.
Maybe that's all.
Cutting through. Deep. Going out.
What?
Spike down mid.
Fake teleport.
He's so high. What the hell?
Jet was B.
Yeah, bro.
Here.
But
Go here, go here, go here.
I got the spike.
I don't. Plant.
Placing swamp grenade.
Cutting through. Spike planted.
Oh, I fucked.
Market.
Lux.
One
On
flank,
flank.
one flank.
One enemy remaining.
oh my god, I was gonna kill.
Switching
Yeah, I
sides.
saw that. Wait, I think I need to stop kill. Let you kill. Hey, you will get it if I bait. Come, come. I have. Yeah, bait is the teamwork, you know. It's okay, I have a lot. I have enough build.
Time to jump.
See. Fall back.
B step. Let's go. Go B, go B, go B.
Reloading. Bomb grenade out.
I'm playing with the recruiting if you have
Reloading.
join.
He's working mid.
Okay,
Wait, wait, wait.
I still don't have the game, but I can buy.
Three.
I don't
Going here, going here.
It's okay.
Planting.
Spike down A.
I guess.
Nice.
Wait.
Last player
Let me check.
standing.
Cypher 60.
Repotnya sabar sih?
Pay attention. I learned something.
Reloading.
50.000 anjing. Ah, it's like $10 SGD.
yeah, it's $10 in my country, but what? How much is it in yours?
Same. It's 90,000 rupiah.
Time to jump.
Enggak. Currency itu jadi
Smoke
berapa?
mid. Kayak mid.
Currency di harganya berapa?
Ya, is plus
Mid. Low.
19,000, 1999.
Smoke.
No,
kecil.
what the fuck?
Gimana?
Down.
Hah?
Anjing. Aing gue pernah
Two side.
dia semua bukti.
Ayo, nah, ini
Spike planted.
Speed play.
Goner.
What?
One enemy remaining.
Gak play.
One low. 1 HP.
Here.
Ah,
Nice.
Reloading. Thrifty.
Semuli jelas lagi kenapa semuli repot anjing.
Move in after I strike. That's when they're weak.
I can solo in guys.
Anu boga reponya. Ini aja minjem aku dah.
Paling bukan abis.
Ini semua tahu dia.
I'll push. Just
Cutting through.
close up mid.
Shooting on his front.
Chill.
Kermit.
Kalau mau.
Smoke A.
No, chill. I have bot. I have bot there.
Repo. Indonesia call repo.
We call it motor.
Report.
I've got eyes here.
Fuck, I thought you got ice.
Mama mau.
30 seconds left.
Mid.
Wanya. Aing anjing Aing kayak juga aja ternyata gagal.
Spike down.
Oh, yeah?
Defender spawn. One enemy remaining.
Last guy left.
Hey,
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts still a different story.
I can solo B.
I can buy.
nice try.
I need a drop.
Next time you can. No. Wait, 1 3 2. 1 2 3.
Cutting through.
1 2 3. This will be 1. You have a good omen actually.
Kermit.
Potential.
I'm good at B, guys. If they go. One hit.
So body.
Maybe later lah.
Yeah,
Next
20.
time.
Eh,
I need to buy first.
Portal closed.
Lagi langsung mulai repo anjing.
You just send me your Steam
Decoy.
ID.
Time to jump.
Okay.
Repo macam.
Close up mid.
Ya,
Nice.
aing nangan baturan apa?
Repo macam.
Ya.
One enemy remaining.
It's on.
40.
Be grateful I killed you quickly.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
Masih cara ngeliat.
Jet lag bro.
I can drop.
Iya. Kanze.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Okay, edit.
They no have money.
Time to jump.
A son.
Okay.
Miss that. Going A. Can you smoke?
That's one is nice.
Decoy.
Backing off.
Orang jalan mana main
Portal
buat
closed.
doang aja.
Saya main solo mah app dating, bro.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready. Cutting through.
Flawless.
Gue beres bikin aku udah. Si Abi pakai
Dia mah
teman.
ide ya, dia.
You can trust my
Hơi anh
voice.
được màn đi.
They only malfunctioned that one time.
Honestly, she won't miss that.
I've got
Cái
cash. Anyone need something?
Hey,
Tadi gitu ya.
hơi quay cho tao đi gì. Yeah.
Kalau kita tante terakhir kayaknya tante dia.
Mau awal kami quay chat ya.
Come A. Someone.
Ngomong aja mah.
Time to jump.
Ngamuk.
Can I main Rena?
Nah, kamu juga.
Close one.
Kau anjing.
Mana ni? Jet A, please. Low jet low.
80 Sova. Going in.
How are you?
Inside.
Sabar, gue yang ku argue.
Oh. Wait.
Smoke's down.
Spike planted.
Otak dia sinkron guys.
Last player standing.
Otaknya tersinkron aja.
Their tech is only as good as their skill. And that
We have some people.
reloading.
Oh sih pakai beholder.
I need a drop.
Sama RRG adanya.
Thanks.
Justice. Lalu aing gak sabar RR. Jauh keneh anjir.
Time to jump.
B.
10 anjingnya ini silver. Main jeng useless. Anjing. Minta juga kieu.
They go back. Going back.
Useless di
I know
useless.
exactly where you are.
Nonton deh. Yang lebih useless daripada useless. Cuy main di diamond lobby.
All missiles away.
RGD subsudi main yang si Karel aja. Masih useless.
Tapi lebih enak.
Last player standing.
Mana harus nyoba
Spike
main demo.
planted. Flawless.
Bingung. Itu. Sok udah cobaan. Yang mana bakal
Everyone
kuning?
note down your observations, then let's run it again. Reloading.
Sandan. Tapi dulu. Ah,
Anjing.
cobaan main. Pakai akun aing mas Sandan dia. Eleh menang tenan naon. Jadi mana dapat experience sih ke si Abiu. Bener tidak Abiu?
Hit them when they're not looking.
Yuk.
Cutting through.
Abiu.
Fokus aja.
Sombong. Aing tuh diajak main tuh.
Diajak main.
Going A.
Long is down.
One HP, one
diajak
HP.
aing. Aing diajak main. Tuh. Duh, tuh anu kasih ngomong gitu selain aing.
Going market. Okay.
Orangnya dong.
Missiles away. Idiot.
Nyeleh deh.
Decoy.
Ya, beholder nges diamond doang lagi ya.
This is hunting.
Ini turun ya.
Cutting through.
Kalian isi ya.
Spike planted.
I'll handle this. Here.
Ngeliatin Ijan bentar lagi.
I'm back.
Anjay.
Headshot.
Bentar lagi gitu. Asal lilake.
One enemy
Udah maksudnya
remaining.
kemarin
One
Nice,
enemy
nice.
remaining.
RR 90. Elek. Ciwak. Gara-gara smoke biu anjing. Penanawan jauh iya. Aing kisah 2 tuh. Elek selain akhir. Pas main jeung si Musbiu aneh.
Good try, idiots.
Abis siapa ngomong gitu anjing. Aing main solo aman pas main jeung maneh.
Make peace with yourself
Aneh.
before you pull the
Suram.
trigger.
Aing kasih.
Reloading.
Udah kanon eleh.
Turret out.
Jagoan aja sih.
Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm grenade.
Time to jump.
Aing
Placing
haine.
swarm grenade.
A.
Ayo tuh Bill gerak ih.
Smoke,
Beresan.
Smok.
Killed their cipher. Fake teleport. Cutting through.
都想的妈妈只剩两条路。
Oh anjing ada plus juga CS.
All three, all three.
Oh nya,
Lu Mayra yang main ranked dungkul aja.
bayalah halus atau.
Mana man?
Tapi teuing ini lu Mayra sabaraha ini.
Ya Allah,
wacana.
They go in.
Hey, smoke.
3-2.
Smoke's down.
Spike drop, aim.
30 seconds
Oke,
left.
diskon kapan sih? Diskon game day?
Gua genep.
Oh nya, diskon now?
Tim
Who's
Steam,
next?
Sama sel kan?
Nomor saya, oh nggak sesuai yang beli repo diskon mah.
White Rhino.
Diskon tapi paling cepet mah mau gede teuing diskonan.
Terus gua Rhino.
10 seconds
File.
left. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Team Ace. Let them rot.
Who am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill after this.
Thanks.
Murah.
Kabaran, I think I'm gonna buy repo next week.
There.
Game multiplayer ini.
Time to jump.
Game apa sih anjing?
One beam in,
Going ya, yang di YouTube gameplay nah. Gabut anjing.
Kayak ini nggak sih?
Jika jadi robot itu kandangan barang tapi tong sina kate waktu monster itu.
Kayak ini nggak sih kayak
Force suppressed.
apa sih?
All missiles away.
Aduh kayaknya game apa sih? Kayak hantu horor
Well, that's seven.
Reloading. Cutting through.
enak nyokot barang.
Nice.
Go,
That's also mid. Going to okay.
Go, I stay B.
Atau iya, Lethal Company terus
Mirip-mirip itu ngan mana yang
Mirip, kan?
rekomnya jadi robot
lebih gaje atau lebih rame.
Reloading.
gaje sih serangan wah.
Grenade is live.
Gaje oke gamenya ini.
One beam. Wait,
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Nice.
You were pitiful.
Reloading. No then papaja.
Can I get
You
this?
compromise your position.
Kalau sobat jadi pasien, tuh dunia. Gimana Rainbow Six wae?
Placing swarm grenade.
Emang rame Rainbow Six, asa hardcore aja Rainbow Six mah.
Hardcore ya. Saya sampai aja mata mirip dulu anjing F6 nya.
Gak bisa buat pemula nggak sih harus tiga PUBG nya. Dia mah kudu langsung jago aja.
Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Nice.
All missiles away.
Swarm grenade out.
Bisa jadi yang jadi FPS lain di F6.
Oh si Pareto beres bucin. Mau kok dek putus aku masih.
Mid.
Beres bucin mana? Kok dek putus?
That's one market.
Tidak, bercanda guys.
Fuck! One here. 1, 3, 2.
You have pulled.
Main kayak stream kan ya ini.
I love plant.
One three.
Ada pressure itu aja.
30 seconds left.
Oh, one market.
Spike planted.
Mana apa TGL TNT?
Apa?
Oi, non, top.
PUBG, TGL TN.
Apa?
Satu kerennya
Talon.
iya.
Talon.
Grab smoke.
Ternyata ranknya diamond anjing.
That was clean.
Di PUBG sejago itu kan diamond.
Ammunition.
Kemana?
Last player standing.
Oh.
Jawa diamond.
Buku anjing tuh bikin di
Match
PC
point.
anjing berat.
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's get back out
Kan
there.
berapa lagi coy anjir PUBG. Gelo
Reloading.
anjing, gelo emang.
Anjing coba
Reload.
R6 kan selalu mainnya recoil-nya.
Reloading.
Iya aing.
Reloading.
Aing pakai selfie kencang ge.
Tensi aing 2 kali lipat sama Valorant anjing. Yang 3 kali.
B.
Oh iya udah ganti abis gede lah.
Sering dari LA bener itu salah.
Jet 80, Yoru 80.
Berapa? Ini jadinya.
Live munition.
I know exactly.
All missiles away.
Apa yang ngedukung? Apa yang ngedukung orang
Enemy
cupu?
spotted. B.
Stay.
Launching smoke.
Reloading.
Came.
Asli Bim.
Get out of my way.
Asli Bim eta. Bener sih Bim.
Smoke.
Ngamuk mah.
Tinggal itu ngajedok Aisyah nyeri hati ya teh. Ampura tuh Bim.
Hatinya tersakiti.
Karandeng anjing sih.
What's play?
30 seconds left.
Fuck. Timing. 3 B. So babi.
Kompak.
Biasa tim busuk aja.
Spike planted.
Tap view.
Smoke lila anjing.
Destroy, bro.
Care behind.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Run.
Menang, seri ternyata guys.
Seri. Seri.
Kabur anjir.
Nice.
Seri, Atau dielehkeun view.
Emang sia anjing juga bocah.
Switching sides.
Nice. Stay. Go A. Having the bomb.
To respect their elders.
Sebut hakan, dia sebut. Nah, sih ucapnya anjing langsung.
For a view, go ahead.
Si anjing.
Disebut mampus Aisyah.
Oh mampus anjing langsung nge-troll. si
Oh
anjing.
anjir. Gelo sih tak dua kali anjir aing teh. Baga mani.
Emang penonton gitu mah kudu dikitukeun rel.
Dua kali saya tadi juga naon sih nge-break kan. Oh, nge-satchel anjir.
Sacel naon Tejo bisa nge-sacel halus.
Oh, si Teh.
Try not to die.
Baiknya mah saya.
Si anjing siapa?
Oh, pas aing ngepick kadon di blok tiga dengan balaga aing teh 2 kali dikitukeun sengaja ningalikeun urang geura.
One ten.
Wah, ini langsung main kerjaan mau. Oh, teh urang teh ngomong cenah, "Why you block me, bro?" gitu teh.
1 HP low. 1 HP
Saya
low.
teh ngechat mampus ini. Wah, ini.
Cutting through.
Bener dah.
Sacrifice mate.
Safe teleport.
Fuck. 2B. Get the bomb.
1-3.
Last player
Oh
standing.
my god.
Dari itu ribet orang.
Sheesh.
Main apa?
Jangan. Berarti palo dan paralon. Biasa kerja.
What?
Euy. Jadi biu.
Switching sides. Match point.
Mari kalahkan.
Fun of German efficiency. Ha ha. Just keep
Alarm bot out.
Let's go, kalahkan Bill, let's go.
I'll cut through. Time to jump.
Be min. Going B. Smoke. Except for the right side.
Kenaon mau cok.
Still be min.
Kenaon ieu.
Padika.
Main muncak, Padika.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
B.
Suara leutik cok.
Muncak, ada Padika.
Your biggest mistake. My
Sama
ult's
tinggal
ready.
kasih di kaunya.
Kalau muncul.
Eta muncak di Roblox, Padika.
Switching sides.
Keblok atas.
Overtime.
Can rush B? Yeah, rush B.
Let's go.
Rencangan.
Just shoot. You have to
Let me
Banu muncak. Iya.
go from mid.
reloading.
Sama Abi yuk.
Drone,
Si Abi permain ini.
naon dik?
Rek lagi bener riweuh anjing.
View panas.
Go rush, okay.
Anjing, suka bogosnya uruskeun, cocok tanam.
Anjing.
Locating targets.
Jual kabogos teu.
Launching smoke.
Eta.
Rap.
Time to jump.
Baru rock yang jadi. Sebelah jadi.
Getting or
I think everybody like. I think everybody like.
Go, side.
Yeah, baby.
Ada benar.
Grenade is planted. Smoke's down.
Abi ini guys.
Don't get up.
Last player standing.
Oh my god. Ternyata.
Kalau Abil?
Oh, kawan mengambil ini guys.
Switching sides. Match point.
If you need help figuring out how, just ask.
Nilainya kedengnya.
Jelema nyuri mobil di mall. Kayak lo anjing.
Turn out.
Keluar mobil anjir.
Saha?
Tarik teuing di mana ya? Australia anjing.
Placing alarm bot.
On.
Pameran mobil.
Placing swarm grenade.
Jelema
Ngeri mobil.
I think go A, go B.
Time to jump.
Di mall.
On mid.
Pintu
Cypher.
langsung diterobos anjing.
Also.
Emang gel aja.
Just getting orb.
Oh, mobil.
Kermit.
All missiles away.
Wait here. Nice.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Is this a joke?
Oke deh.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Nice. Go rush B again.
No more doubts.
Same place in.
Waduh rock back nih, keep your head up. That's gonna be like. Ahead ya, mermat.
Reloading. No brick.
Abi ini.
Locating targets.
Ih, match tadi pindah match itu karena nobar iya pro player
All
mau
missiles away. Cutting through.
mobil lawa mobil.
Ini saya hak gitu.
Damn it. 1 mid.
Pro player aja.
Tribi.
Dia mah
Itu
pro player.
second.
Mau mengambil.
Smoke.
Iya, tinggal
Smoke.
Launching smoke.
Come here.
Wah,
Cutting through.
nulis pernah maju sana.
Kopi.
Set. Ngapres kadinya, tidak pernah kadinya, cok.
Kopi.
Poin dislike.
Kopi? Ya, they're all there.
Baturan teh lain Newport anjing balanya.
Last player standing.
Uish, hiji deui.
Elo.
Ente.
Stim beacon here.
30 seconds left.
Ah, debut, kok ya, Biu?
Asia.
Spike planted.
Kumaha tuh jam.
Can mana?
One enemy
See ya.
remaining.
My ult's ready.
You apple.
Open up the sky.
Play time. Slow.
Oh no.
Nice.
Nice one, baby boy.
Bisa delay.
Switching sides. Match point.
We go same play, guys. We go same play.
Tay, saya juga intro kan.
I can hold it.
Mamet delay, Mamet.
Ini ada kumaha tuh main di YouTube isya. Pengaruh aja.
Baru sih.
Reloading.
Si Abil, guys. Kali 2.
Jump.
Abil.
Time to jump.
Biu ngomong Biu.
Naon. Kali 2 heula cai.
Tuh. Delay kene. Delay sedek.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
Can you smoke?
Oke.
Tadi dulu buka reponya.
Portal.
Oh, chill. They can pull in.
Time to jump.
Aku cewek random langsung hayang gitu aja.
Guys, itu bukan random ya.
Magnificent.
Dapat posisi.
Happy.
Mid.
Game horor.
Let them eat.
Horor.
Ya. Saya nu main, Met.
Iya PRX.
Drone 3.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Stay.
30 seconds left.
Nice.
Cool, nice.
One more. Two. I can hold A.
1 2 3 1 2 3.
1 2 3.
70. One Jenny.
Oh,
One.
salah.
Stealing sight.
One J.
Kan main nge-coms gitu main juga main di
Jika nu iya nya jika
One
enemy
enemy
remaining.
rusuh.
Hell, last guy, hell.
nice.
Nice. This one, boys.
Menang
Biu main
This
dia.
is how it ends.
RX main Biu.
Defenders win.
Main
want
lagi
the fairy tale
Hexa
ending?
game.
They lost. End of story.
Hexa game lebih atau lebih subuh Biu.
Hah?
Ek main heula jeung Met sa game atau nepi subuh. Main. Ayo Rel, tanya lu mah.
Jok skip segian main rek.
Skip
Menegangkan badan.
sa game aing Xare gitunya cok.
Lain anjing badan aing pegal.
Pijit plus gitu anjing cai.
Kursi guys ergonomis. Pegal naon deui anjing.
Kursi kalah anjing pegal siawak. Tahu?
Kok sih main ekonomi ya?
Opsio.
Buru atrik main moal.
Ayo.
Ditabrak si
Share screen
anjing,
share screen.
idiot.
Ayo aduh.
Goblok.
Masa aing pakai threshold nggak mau ah.
Anjing udah akunnya lain hiji goblok.
GG GG mah ya.
Nah langsung login deui. Aing can ngetik ID.
Kan langsung itu.
Oh, aing ditabrak.
Aing can ngetik ID anjing karek ngelik follow langsung login
Iya,
deui.
aduh. Oh, erak ya sih.
Nah langsung iya nya langsung login.
Nabrak jelema nabrak tuh. Sopan anjing.
Nah langsung login anjing.
Wah, aing tabrak balik.
Nabrak unggul mah tinggal geus login AL tip 4 biu.
Ente seula gitu. Ente seula.
Sopan kieu anjing nabrak orang nu nabrak anjing.
So kateburu marahin.
Tuh Asia Mutiara Eka saha eta bieu?
Betulan. Eta kabogoh
Apa baik?
si Ari.
Nah, dibilang web mana?
Berarti sih browser
Web.
www.wibawanamukti.com. Ya, Biu.
Anjay.
Anjay.
Kata si IQ main, Met.
IQ saha anjing.
Goblok kan kemarin ngajakan main sih teh.
Kita lihat DC-nya. Enggak ada anjing, enggak online.
Kemari DC, Met hayu main. Si Ana AFK.
IQ.
Naon web anjing. Lagi apa web? Si Ariana Bijaksono ge kitu, Met.
Kan aing dipanggilna Webi. Aisyah.
Anjing si baby.
Webinar.
Tuh.
Nah, dek ieu. Dek seminar.
Seminar teh anjing.
Biu seminar Biu ditanya Biu.
Skin tuh nu halus anjing.
Tadi wait naon phantom naon efek kan.
Tuh.
He
Iya.
could be the one, if not the
Komposai
one, that's going to
10
take
menit
most
deui,
advantage of the.
Bae sa game. Itu aing sare.
Sare wayah kieu si Met.
Jangan
sare.
jangan ngaca kamu.
Aing nu sare Met. Main
Boleh.
begadang.
Tidur bareng yuk. Serius.
Match found.
Aing ngisi opi kita mah. Enggak
Enggak poe, enggak gay.
itu sih yang seminggu seberapa kali we.
Enggak gay.
Seminggu anjing saya teh monok di kosan aing.
Enggak gay.
Bisa gitu teh jelema curang teh.
Enggak gay saya tanya.
Sare ieu Met. Berdampingan Met. Untung tuh banget.
Bari nyepong-nyepong peler teh.
Anak babi jadi.
Tell me, ayah.
Kan mana sok monok oke kan si Opik Met.
Osok.
Bola. Di kosan.
Mondok mah jarang sih, tapi ke kosan mah minum. Mondok mah mulai sijal.
Di Jawa ya mondok.
Mondok eta. Mah iya percaya.
Di mute juga mana gitu.
Nyaman, ya tuh.
Gesar.
Tapi nada. BTS ka mana ya nanya?
Met dia ngebukin Korea Met kecuali si Ucok. Si
Army
goler.
Army iya ka mana ya Army?
Si Abiu sih apa Abiu ka mana Abiu?
Bil, BTS ka mana Bil? Oh, kemarin ngomong aing ngefans sama Jungkook cenah.
Lucu memek.
Berarti sih nggak bohong anjing parah. Kemarin ngomong ke aing suka sama Jungkook ya.
Artis favorit aing mah Ariel Tatum mah udah.
Nanti sih.
Bibi
go. Still good to get food later? That new
Jangan
place?
beredak kayak kuang sesat. Hai kare coy aki. Nomor ce. Oh no. Secara pioda. Saya cari kisah. Ah, teka deh. Ih, crosshair naon aneh-aneh sih abu crosshairnya.
Ya.
Nggak kesan.
Dizzy has targets.
Saya pernah di mute. Kopi. Bisa di diem.
Spike planted.
Oh, itu karek masang kamera.
Saya deket itu dulu.
Need some help. Go get him, buddy. Dizzy's up. Somebody's there.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
4 and the dark.
Di main.
Di main.
Anjing. Dedeng.
Tiga kona tengah hit. Hiji acan aja.
Fear me, mortal.
Bodoh. Aing nggak ngawip sih.
I could use a drop.
Apa aing ngehit KB anjing.
Saya mau
Mau tenggangi.
Saya mau
Thank you.
Emang melikeun dikeun anjing. Bing cileng. Biar aing suka aing si Resna geus modar sih. Kan karena aing aya nya bahasa si Resna ngapung.
Oh.
Kan aing ngading terus aing
reload anjing itu.
Antepkeun suka aing baturan aing bakal ngakil da geus. Teu modar.
Saya pernah lurking. Kan saya pernah.
Barrier deployed. Here.
Reloading.
No escape. Reloading.
Blow him up, Maj.
Reloading.
Spike down A.
Spike spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Sound sensor up. Reloading.
Bisa flank.
Camera.
Nice. That sucks.
Modar tuh.
They'll see
Tukang anjing, saya tak lewat di B.
Expect atuh itu mah. Dik kumaha mun aing ganti ngaran jadi kieu dik.
Thank you.
Jadi jungkok.
Ngaranna. Enyet anjay.
Keep up.
Jadi mun orang bule emang bacanya enyet enyet. Enyet. Satu macana saya bule.
Blocking movement.
Ayo deketin gitu.
Spike planted.
Throwing next.
Reloading.
Rap.
Listening. Sensor tripped.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Di V1.
Enggak usah.
Gun here.
Saya pernah ngalah anjing lempang.
Oh, emang.
This is light work. We're chilling.
Barrier deployed. Spike down A.
Eta.
One enemy remaining.
And that's another dead one. Reina, the
Oh,
offer
Perez main
stands.
tuh.
Take whatever life you need.
Oh, dia face cam, Bro.
She deserves it.
Mat ismak ngekill sapan deui anjing. Ngacit matnya. Nyetung ngacit
Sapan.
met.
Ada.
Itu sopan met. Met pulang ngacit met.
Baik jago pisan di iya mah. Di event. Iya mah lain event anjing.
Maju ke met. Manian tuh.
Anjing modar.
Blocking movement.
Aik bae nol lebih beres met.
No peeking.
Sama.
Broken net.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose! I know exactly where you are.
Last player standing.
Anjir ya modar.
Last player standing.
Kumaha
modal langsung
bantuan
dua.
maneh hungkul ngakieu met.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team.
Modar langsung 2. Ente atuh aing 2 kali. Terus kali modal langsung 2.
OP met OP.
Listening.
Tuh, Dik ngebug Dik. Mari lot mah rusak.
Sound sensor up.
Aneh senjata teh. Ayo vandal mah saruanya kitu nya met. Itu
Up you go!
Barrier deployed.
OP.
No escape. No surprises.
I'll take it.
Gekolo. Low Gecko 80. Press 30.
It's all you, little homie!
12.
One enemy remaining.
ya.
Kasih elbow.
Itu kan tuh kuai.
We
Kuai
got
kieu
this.
ke Dik.
Boleh. Ini satu beak sih teh.
Euy ngacit wae.
Lu si Met citna pareuman gitu bi bisi kaben.
Listening.
Si threshold bisi kaben biu.
Akunna kabair.
Sound sensor up.
Bae akun batur ieu parah sih ieu anjing.
Kita kan duana jeung cheater.
Ulah kita ngelepas mungkin bisa dipindahkan jangan ngaing heula.
No sound.
Iya, 3, 2, 1.
Dinya bae. Tadi dinya mah. Rek dari deket.
Dik bae. Ah, bisa modal.
Barrier deployed.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
No escape!
Gagal tadi Kak.
Nah, itu bahan sulipeun.
Ah, dia kita diklik bae.
Oh, guys.
Jadi
Nu iraha eta mah.
Oh iya.
Listening.
Naon ieu?
Anjir, nokeran ngeul klip teh. Ganggu wae. Iya, udah tahu.
Let's see how it
Gimana
goes.
ieu? Iya.
Oh iya.
Cetak.
Cileupeung.
Blocking movement.
Buat.
Cileupeung. Cileupeung eta ge mah.
Met, abus bet.
Ah, tuh abus mau ngasih ada gabe.
Kersau op ieu nya mah.
Throwing net.
Spike planted.
Tes.
Cutting their vision.
Get him.
Got you.
Narik corona
Ultimate ready.
Lain.
To their grave. One of these. Reeling them in. Escape.
One enemy remaining.
Bunuh.
Oh, ningali.
Sekarang aing teh. Si Abi parah ih.
Eta aing ngalikeun omenan nu nembak.
Beep. Enough of that.
Nu ngabunuh si Geko.
Itu tadi neon di smoke anjir.
Apa yang ada coklat deh.
So meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
Apa
Need a
si
drop.
Geko.
Jangan anjing cok sumpah main Classics anjing pernah samit bangsat.
Non menon lik.
R6.
Iya, Yamaha R6. Mau susah pakai Yamaha. Ya kan gua Honda.
Jika Apex Legend itu
Sound sensor up.
mirip.
Listening.
Jauh anjir, juga PUBG ngan.
Jika PUBG jeung CS digabung.
Iya. Deket anjir ya. Makanya lebih letik, lebih sempit anjing corner.
3
COD. COD. Benar kan Call of Duty-nya, Met? Gitu.
Sosok lah.
Ya karakternya 27 leuwih anjing. Mana kudu ngerti kabeh.
Enemy spotted mid.
Sumpah men.
Spike down A.
Ini anjir.
Blocking movement.
Dipuji teh ieu aing mah jadi
Asli.
No escape.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Cing diremehin.
Flawless.
So embarrassing.
16-3 ya deh. Main kompe atau main apa?
Nah, mana cara main palo, Dek?
Hah?
Cara main palo.
Jarang nih.
Sound sensor up. Sound sensor up. Listening.
Aing enter jadi kieu.
Ya ayeuna.
Nah,
Enemy spotted B.
Saya itu nanyakin
Barrier
ke diri.
deployed.
Padahal kemana, Han? Mana saya tahu tuh, Aing.
Iya.
Emang Aisyah Ima.
Dok, ada yang nyariin dok.
Throwing net.
Cek si Mete, emang aku serumah sama si Parel.
Enemy spotted B.
Muncul gue.
One enemy remaining.
Dua juga.
Spike down B.
Itu. Nggak, si Mete mainnya heureuy, Bi.
They think themselves are equals. They are
Maka
mistaken.
threshold areka immortal, Bi, udah heureuy kill, Bi.
aing mah heureuy ge ngakill 17 hampura we. Aing mah heureuy ge ngakill 17 teh ieu. Serius kill 5.
Oke, OP atuh Met, nu eta. Nu hiji di teh naon?
Komen ku suku kene.
Oh. Ya, eta.
Eta.
Sound sensor up. Listening.
Jangan kede nih.
Ya aing main pakai tangan kiri, Cok.
Tuh, aing make suku.
Dia kalau tidur ngorok.
Diri ngorok.
Modar aja. Kalau gak ngorok.
Spike down A.
Lo. Lihat lo.
Khawatir. Iya,
Sensor
aing kalau
destroyed.
balik sampai itu.
Sensor down.
Beli lo.
Bisa ya.
Spike planted.
Anjing teh si eta teh ngomong apa sih? Oh, dan sesarean lah ya.
One more.
Throwing net.
Tungguin si Abu makin dislok itu. Kerek.
Untung musuhna kieu nya.
Drop in a smoke.
Mun teu kieu bencana.
Aduh, atuh.
Anjing aing ditutup semua goblok.
I know exactly where you are.
Last player standing.
Kameranya asli.
One enemy remaining.
Low, one minute.
Refreshing.
One minute.
Ya tapi ya sakti kabur.
I'll see you in a minute.
Dapat. Ya.
Iya. Astendan lobby atau kemana?
Last round in the
Ngomong.
half.
Use everything you have.
Aduh,
We lose
Sasaran lobby.
anyway.
Depanas aja, depanas aja jauh ada aja.
Sound sensor up.
Skenario drama nanti langsung dimulai.
Silver bro, silver.
Really low.
Main dong.
Very deployed.
Lo banget kayaknya. Siap panas. Respawn sih.
Fire in the hole.
Spike planted.
Target down.
Oh bisa eta.
Eta dibacotan res dah anjir. Asli aja.
No escape. Drop in a smoke.
Oh yeah! Monster on the
Demi
loose!
apa anjing?
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Kok aing semua keluar dah.
Goblok, tapi kan keluar kene aja
Demi pohon coba mana main di orang barat aja.
Ada lah emang.
Ada lah, aing kita apa ya?
Was that important?
Oh,
Kurang
jauh.
Kurang tukang one way.
Ya tuh ai nyemok di dia mah atuh lain jadi one way. Nah.
Vad försiktig.
On the way.
Ngadon one way
The battlefield changes with every
On the way.
play.
Jadi OTG. Jadi on the go. Dia kalau tidur ngorok, ini mah nggak ngorok.
Sare ya sih untuk sare, ini yang paling dijauhkan kita. Sare,
Over there.
Itu sare tidur gitu di DP di shopping.
Paling wall atau walling.
Take everything.
Mending wall tukang atau walling?
Ini kok masih ya lah anjing atur-atur lah gede.
Dizzy has target.
No escape.
Maju deh.
Spike carrier down.
Di atas tidak terlihat.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Di crosshair halus ya.
Kopi ya tuh.
Jika crosshair ya, nah jika crosshair COD.
Opik ya ini. Crosshair.
Enemy spotted A.
Ngarang. Oh, aing apa ngarang aku nasi topi.
Non, let inget keme emang.
Panik boy.
Last player standing.
Iya bener anjing inget tanah cok.
Yo
Throwing net.
Inget tanah anjing kuat pisan sih men.
Panik boy bro.
Ternyata nggak sedikit si Newana bio.
Nah hanya di friendlist aja siapa nih gue.
Rasa cepat banget buat tidur.
Ya atuh aing geus capek pisan mah
30
ya langsung
seconds
tidur tegasin. Aing ge biasana kan
One enemy remaining.
3 down.
Gas yuk. Ini bio.
ada orang di kamari langsung ditidurkeun anjing teu main HP lah. Standuk pisan.
Anjing bio pun.
10 seconds left.
Main timing menang.
Spike planted.
Kuirkeun kumana.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Anjing bisa we kayak skenario
Deep breaths, everyone.
Your
Joke,
cars
joke,
are
joke,
found.
joke. Don't worry, don't worry.
Dario, cok. Minta
I could
skin
use
pen
a drop.
Spectre tuh. Lu tahu
I
dia
could
tuh.
use a drop.
Bodoh anjing.
Mana?
Inggrisnya.
Thank you.
Oke. Tapi mentanya kesini nata.
Enemy spawn. Throwing net.
Somebody's there.
Reloading. No peeking. Spike carrier. Barrier deployed.
Spike down A.
Can't use that.
Ayo atuh.
I have the spike. I got
Si Abis.
Kan di meja
Kamu tengah kieu eta ku aing di report anjing.
gun here.
Mun paeh dua nana ku aing di report anjing.
Mana log out.
Kita pandal lah sia di harapan mana? Pandal ya di dia.
Spike plant.
Last player standing.
Gitu.
Siapa nih tahan pandal anjing.
Tipis.
Ya, ditukar nih.
Clutch.
Ya.
Bos. Ya jauh banget anjing. Geus ngeplan pukul.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
Lila gitu anjing Rena ada cok.
Oh, kowe kene siap aing sia nu sekutu beta asrina mah.
Brain pakai iya ini Tinder.
Kurang peluru anjing stinger teh.
Oh nya mun padahal leuwih ngeunaheun stinger ka aing deui pada Spectre da.
Ya emang bener.
Non
Kalau buat jarak dekat. Oke, hijaunya nggak suruh mengaku.
Over there.
Up and away.
No escape. Hold them to their grave. Dropping ceiling set. Nothing there. Target down.
Yang banyak.
Refreshing. Barrier deployed.
Ampan, pelan clear heula.
Butuh kieu euy streamer teh euy.
Listening.
Kamu
Listening. Reloading.
Mau ngalar.
Anjing gua aing pandal.
Ini kandeng nyawa itu kan ngalar.
Sensor down.
Cet.
Throwing net.
One enemy remaining. Last
Lima.
player standing.
I'll just let you think about that one, alright?
Skin bagus ya, skin bagus.
Match
Deadlock.
point.
Come on, friends. We're so close. It's basically over.
I
I could use a
auto
drop.
aim aja tuh balas tracer.
Thank you.
Jelas bisa tadi.
I'm silver, bro.
Deadlock.
Lu anjing. Tadi how
No escape.
siapa?
Dizzy's up top.
Eta mah miss pembaca, bro.
Care shotgun.
Kayak kotak ke kanan.
Sound sensor up. Sensor destroyed.
Kas.
Reload.
Wasit cok Rena itu bal proyek terus jadi.
Reloading.
Jet nang ngalar. Allahu Akbar.
Back like I never left.
Dua.
I know exactly.
Spike down A.
Listen. No surprise. Throwing
One
net.
enemy remaining.
Di mana dia alay?
I have the spike. Over there.
Attackers win.
This is our.
Hey, Deadlock. We so noob, bro.
So fucking babi.
Woi.
Keluar lajur ke Mendy.
Aja, macet. Rame heula teh. Entar rame mah main deui.
Rame. Kumaha mun ramena kumaha?
Deui tah. VCT.
Ele anjing.
Oh, LA rame ya cikan aja.
Jo.
Pakai bahasa Inggris, bahasa Indo anjing.
Inggris dong, met.
Wading back through towards the side. There's no utility in
Bahasa
boleh.
Inggris. Tapi pareman katana
position now given away, and you can see Lysol shooting the checkmate. There's that layer of util from YU. Isolated.
Terus karnaon atuh.
And a devastating
Oh,
mistake
bedana
there
jeung orang
from
Indo.
PaperX.
Orang
Credit
Indo.
to Wolves for re-engaging, but they cannot be dropping the ball like that.
Was it the time to slow down? I mean, this is exactly the sort of thing I talked about before this map started. PaperX being aggressive, picking apart this slow default and look for control, but here, I mean, both PaperX being aggressive, picking apart this slow default and look for control, but here, I mean, both players, slow drops together. I mean, that's just...
Coach Alek gebrak meja.
Aduh, panas bro.
Udah nggak tidur.
Kali 2 met, main bareng met.
Main bareng gimana?
Ya, kali
dua juga nggak duluan.
Bakal hilang si met atau
Kumaha sih siapa ada pakai bahasa Indonesia wae.
Henteu ye Inggris.
anjay, akhirnya Bang Abil
Kemben.
Panggil Brainy ke dia.
Jauh kok tinggalannya.
Rame sedek si Abil main si Brainy.
Anjing ta si etana ta balagang si siut pat BB.
You've got to. I mean, PaperX, you said it right. Those are the sort of rounds that sometimes they look the scariest in almost. But for now, Wolves finding stability here in the post plant. They've still got to keep it in mind that there is danger. Plenty through Waterfall. 4-1 split on the retake now. Juicy turns attention. Smokes great from them.
Ngawip
Has got to. Maybe a chance. It feels like it's dwindling. These opportunities passing by for them. As it looks like 4-1 will be on the board. Can't wait to see a timeout soon enough here. As something's on one.
Sisa
Get locked in. As this has passed them by here.
Lumayan senjata anjir.
Saping.
To the ideal start.
1 HP bro.
I know all of us have been
1
enjoying
HP
this
maling
Wolves run.
senjata.
I think most of us thought this is where it probably ends. We could argue someone said that about Gen G too, but
Ya no ele balik teu.
I'm paying attention.
Balik.
I mean, I remember coming into that Gen G series thinking, if they could pull this off,
that's the one.
Patmen.
Aing lain YouTuber. Jo aya ieu Discord tinggal gerak.
We could argue someone said that about Gen G too, but that's 1-1. I'm paying attention.
I remember coming into that Gen G series thinking, if they could pull this off,
that's the one.
because they still effectively had a lifeline in terms of dropping
Aing terkenal sama
no
sekali
elimination
Jo
on the
di
line.
tawaran.
And even here now,
Nangtung wae sih ieu anjing.
it would be such a big
Oh, eta
sign
teh iya dik.
to escape that one.
Tapal.
Sama sudah
Apa? Ini pernah dik gitu mah.
Aing lain YouTuber nanang.
I mean, you don't
Tuh si Jawa pernah cenah.
PaperX, they will
Tapi ku
continue
aing diantep.
pressuring like this.
Kumaha?
Manehna buka jasa ieu desain anjir.
Leads you to believe it's a slower round.
Desain tuh
TP's actually stuck it, Lysol. Bold in approach.
Iya, ini masalahnya menang akun Discord kurang cuma.
Whatever the set play was, feels like PaperX read that.
Well, I think it's on the back of seeing 2 or 3 bodies swing
Oh,
out from
tuh
B there.
perut
That maybe they
Wah,
feel
anjing.
like the extremity is going to be the weaker side of the hold, but Forsaken shuts that down.
Menit sabar eta met.
Certainly not, but a 3v5, I want to see discipline
Detik
from PaperX here. I don't want to see fumbles.
Sabaraha?
I don't want to see mistakes.
Hah?
It certainly was. Now Forsaken is going to do some good chip damage.
Terus,
Look at
hitung mundur.
down on only 26. Spring position given away.
27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22.
Straight towards C, they're going to leave one behind. YU.
That's it, tap the spikes. Drawn out the
Nice.
Rifle here from the plant as well.
Oh, the pathing is now getting really dangerous.
Pernah mana?
Set up the motion, no. Divine, very diligent. And now
Terus di kumaha kumaha
They're starting to see a little bit of that synergy shining.
And composure as well. Don't overinvest in this early round aggression. Able to peel away.
Lamun
really quickly.
ngaklik lainnya bakal
There was a couple of people charging out.
Fishing.
Ping.
Bisa jadi.
Again, you can't really fault the approach here, but bold.
Bilang itu aku mau bukan YouTuber tuh, YouTuber mah Abu kirimin.
And it got close, but I like seeing those families come together for PaperX.
Kirimkan kasih Abu.
Even in that chaos of potential plant on towards that B side, no, they pop the ult, they still stay very close. And credit to
Saya adalah
Divine,
yang benar
I know he
YouTuber
one
gitu
kill,
kan.
but him catching YU basically keeps them safe. Otherwise, it's this kill right here from Divine. I find that to be the most imperative of them all. Very heads up work. Maybe feeling they'd have tried to have left a player behind, inserted a player. Still not fast though, apparently. Still chilling.
You've got to be happy leading 4-2 here.
Yeah.
The attacking side as
Siupat.
well.
Siupat BB dan.
Back to the drawing board though here.
Oh badan.
Golden tim dari mana?
To a full purchase here. It's Lysol down on the Guardian.
Dari Cina. Gak tahu Wolfnya sama dari Inggris aja.
Actually tagged up there. I'm not sure if he's actually confirmed any damage on
Oh, lebih orang-orangnya Cina.
the side of Wolves.
Cigo.
Activity once more as well, and active clearance out past Mound.
This could be nasty. Actually, sees.
Benang eta Bandung.
Anjir.
Itu pae.
Aduh.
Could say
Lumayan
almost
infonya.
favoring PaperX in that regard, but
Dapat satu nih.
played in here.
Kang.
Was like that. This man hits those shots. Mechanically sharp as ever. He's trying to read what they wanted. Similar scenes to before though. CUFAT PB and YU. Trying to work the map
si
here.
Siupat
2v3.
Mana Hiupat teh?
Siupat nu make pade.
Okay, testing.
Hiupat.
Okay, I mean, they're playing such high risk, Mike. It scares the life out of me sometimes. 20 seconds and a 1v2 Divine Forsaken.
Baik parem.
Where are we off to now? 14 seconds. His options are so limited.
10 seconds left.
8 detik.
They're both here.
Ngeplan pai.
Yeah, he's got to go for it. No chance. Well handled by PaperX, closing in on the scoreline.
So you've got to look for that composure again, building up a little bit of a cushion in terms of the finances. That's where you look towards some of these more sloppy kills towards the end of the round. Again, Jing
30 seconds
finding two here to open.
Kalau delay.
Little trap piece outside B. Wolves actually going to be the ones to pump the brakes a little bit.
Something jadi aktif.
Round 8 again, decent sample size, I guess, already in the first half here. Maybe a little bit of an
Jadi
adjustment
langsung di
towards the latter rounds.
taktikal
It's going to
ini.
be available here for Wolves, so ideally
Taktikal
looking towards round 9 here in terms of any
Iya, what?
adjustment. And I guess actually in that regard, the first time PaperX have really been able to catch their breath.
It has been kind of in their face. Credit to PaperX for being able to learn on the fly. Again, this kind of like
Tidak mau ter-comeback.
have been the ones to
Halo,
give them
manis.
stability here, but I do want to see what the reaction is from Wolves. Again, it does feel like that almost no-go zone once you've got that Odin spam coming down. It's not as lethal as it could be. I mean, if you throw in...
Oh, sare atuh bereskan heula itu Bill. Edik.
Still, as it
Aing
stands
nontonnya di
tonight,
HP mah tundu.
towards A, it feels like an
Mun
approach
kieu mah
that
ngobrol
will
wae
see
anjing.
hits. But it's the re-aggressors
Iya,
for
kemarin.
PaperX. Very little fear, even in those high-risk
Kemarin Panik
scenarios.
Boy.
We're a bit more used to it, I guess, at this point, and so will they be now. A 3-4.
Panik Boy Dik ngaranna.
Sheriffs,
Eja.
a couple of classics.
Tahan
Very
kok.
big
Si Deka
Both
kemana
of
ya?
these teams have so many
Eh,
players this year.
kecewa eta teh mana keluar.
14 for PaperX and,
Aing nu
Dia
ngomong si
ngomong
Deka keluar.
Oh, pada mana deh keluar jadi anjing males di Dika keluar yang saya lagi keluar.
Iya, karena sarua Deka Dika.
Deka Dika. Tadi lancar ya tadi?
Something to tuck himself in
Tadi
between
lancar.
these smokes.
Ah, teka cek anjing si something na.
Lagi karena dia.
Nah, nggak nge-expect anjing.
Iya. Jaringan.
Bahaya nih.
Dapatnya juga si Depay.
Anjing, flawless anjing.
Pahin aku si Dapa ya anjing.
A little bit of a reset here in between ahead of this buy round. And actually,
Dua nana
we'll
deh.
have the pit. CUFAT BB has his ultimate. Juicy. Just one away. as
Di
well.
luar
Didn't
nih,
even
dapat.
need the second piece of this setup.
One enemy remaining.
Building some confidence here. Bit of a Cobra round for Divide, who's actually leading The border 10 and 4, an early 3K, I believe, in one of the rounds.
Ajay, di start.
They're in the right place here, Mike. How far do PaperX go in this? Deep flash it up. Look at this outrageous approach. Oh, it's been
Anjing supaya
Tertembus anjing ke wallbang.
backhanded there, and they couldn't close down on any of the kills.
wallbang eta.
Tapi
Kalau tik.
Tuh sisi kurangan setengah anjing.
But no damage.
Face your fear.
Oh, dia back katanya.
BB, who's taken a hit here down to 35 HP. Nightfall might actually be a bit of a red herring.
Hanya yang diri hit.
How much can Patman be expected to do here? That's a huge ult as well, right?
Has to basically hit the
And
panic.
Forsaken, wait, Forsaken! Oh, they read it so smart. As soon as that Nightfall caught how many? 4 players? Instantly went for it. Now, not to beat, Wolves 2 heads up for that. And the dust hasn't even settled really, but the rotations are here. Device back over. He was solid before this nice high-low setup.
Family pick.
Be very difficult to break. One not there, Paranoia ready, there it is, forces them off. Spring, they seem so prepared for these holds. They've seen Patman as well. Position now given, and look at why
There's so much space to play in.
Is so nasty. And at this
Chow
point,
now
they
on
want
the
to go back towards B. It does put in towards something's hand. Spring.
Oh!
It's gorgeous from Spring. Lurks on lurks, but something still stands. Caught in between a rock and a hard place. Where do they go? Back towards C. Safety on that C site. You don't fancy walking into something like this. So the plant's in, and he's left in a 1v4.
Make an honest go of this. You can see
1v5.
On the X-ray. Why are you already wrapping him? He's got a turret here to play contact off as well. Might even just to pop something in the back of the head. No.
Yes,
get the sound cue, regardless. I think now relaying that information.
Sudah menang. Anjing menang.
His positioning.
Yeah, this is just, again, probably sitting back and watching this, Alex not going to be happy about this spray into the smoke with the It's begging somebody to walk on it.
Yep.
And Spring just comes alive.
And it feels like this was a whole book in one round, right? Chapter by chapter.
The box apparently
being on Wolves.
Halus.
And then you had the TP coming in, you had the Nightfall coming out. This all happened. All of this was in the same round. And again, that Paranoia being just tilted up, it felt like they were so aware. There's the walk on the
Patman's on a reload. So Forsaken fully committed towards that. They're both spamming into this. I mean, there's an opportunity to potentially bait into that.
Di luhur anjing si Walna goblok halus.
Off rip here, round 10.
Timeout seeming to work well, at least for these early couple of exchanges, right? Something's want of space and wanting to play towards bound is fine, but you've started to see how Wolves are approaching this.
You never see PaperX really relent in that regard.
No.
It will continue, and that's where they catch teams off guard, where it's like, yeah, your aggression hasn't worked 4 rounds in a row. No, we're coming again, don't worry.
That 5th time, it'll work. And now we're seeing a bit of a tempo switch up from Wolves too. Very, very slow. Holding here, waiting for that re-aggress, which is coming. And again, they're so prepared, Mike. They've got the PRX playbook and they understand it well.
It come the party.
On the other side, great shot from Batman, but it's traded. And the numbers simply so advantageous. A quick rotate off the back, and once again, why use space?
It's always the one to backfill these sort of plays.
Ooh, tricky. Still not easy on this though, is it?
No.
It's
Anjing, Forsaken goblok.
How is that fair? But look at once again, if you don't see it on the side, you know where to be looking. Slow and steady, he herds them closer. They need a plant though, 17 seconds, and why you on his walkabouts. Divide dead! And now the plant on the line though, Forsaken could speed up here. Punish the plant, but no, can't quite catch him! Spring again! Wolves! Beautiful mid-rounding here, Mike. This is stunning.
Blow for blow, this exchange.
Asli anjing tikus.
Tikus anjing yang bicara tuh kapang hiwai tadi.
Threading the needle once more.
Anjing, juga curut.
That's how he gets found. But again, it's a similar thing. PaperX.
Iya pasti tak expect anjing. Di luhur box anjing.
Ultimately, again, it feels like it's their demise in this round because of YU. Now sitting at 11-5, leading the Port 4 Wolves. Almost the executioner getting plenty of shots to the back of the head.
Oh yeah. And it was impressive. Again, this kind of, it feels like it came out of that timeout as well. They've clearly got a game plan in mind of how they wanted to approach this. And it's worked.
I mean, because they're reading it perfectly. Again, this scenario, First Blood comes through. They know Paper X are going to re-clear. So there's going to be one, potentially two other lanes on the map that are totally open for YU to walk into.
It's very impressive to watch because Paper X are a really hard to handle team. You only have to look at the names they've taken down to get to this point, right? It makes perfect sense. Liquid, Sen, G2. I mean, they're a dangerous team. You know, if you want to think
Liquid kan baliknya met.
kind of, you know, intelligent teams, they play that, you know, good quote-unquote Valorant. They've fallen for this, but Wolves have come in very prepared. Maybe just, you know, very, very ready for what Paper X like, understanding the tendencies.
Prepared, yes, but actually refining some of the things that we've seen them adapt here in Toronto, which is actually what's so refreshing to see. Again, on a dream run like this, an underdog dark horse, but actually improving game by game. Upsets along the way, sure, but actually showing they've got their heads screwed on.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Now for Paper X, so once again, you kind of go into the archives, right? As much as everyone likes to look at these guys as underdogs, they've had to rebuild. That is true. Bringing in Patman was fantastic. It worked. We've all seen the difference in their playstyle as of late. They're starting to look much, much better overall. But these guys have sat in finals. These guys have been in Champions finals. They know what this sort of pressure's like. They are never going to be the underdogs in my mind. They're too talented for it. So as it stands, they need to adapt here.
Just look what's happened here as well. Paper X have already drawn a player across. I mean, Divine now reconsidering, but Spring looking to pressure up towards Tree. Divine again, counter three, almost caught one here. YU now, again, shows presence on the other side. So ice towards the minimap, look what happens. Immediately Paper X looking to isolate the weaker side of this default, but they pick up the pace towards A.
I like the intention, actually, I really do. But the problem is the stall out's fantastic from Paper X. Denying that space being taken freely. They're here quickly, popping the ult from something. Information galore in 25 seconds. We are now at pressure stations. Forsaken down on 30, has to respect the paint shell. A spray through the smoke here doesn't land, but something's does. They're dwindling in numbers. Sufat, BB and Spring, the last two standing, and they are cornered here. This adjustment from Paper X, Divine! Stunning from them, they worked it so well.
Now that is a beautiful recovery, considering what happened elsewhere. It was paranoia, showstopper, so much thrown towards YU. And in that situation, Wolves just kind of need to go, you know, 1 for 2 in terms of approaching A site. They do that. Paper X still come back.
This is really nice for Paper X. Again, even seeing that discipline start to an extent, right? That dose of discipline at the beginning, the second contact's made.
A sprinkle of discipline.
That's as much as we're going to get. That's as much as we're going to get. But honestly, I like that though. And again, those quick rotations, starting to read what Wolves are doing, identifying YU where he was. And yeah, the trap was there, but even those rotations coming in so quick. Back into the mix of things, a buy for both sides, still lacking for some areas on Paper X's side. You're going to see that Guardian still in the hands of Divide. And a stack up from Wolves. And on the other side, Forsaken, not too far, a clear towards Mound, and a wanted punish. You can see they're starting to read this, maybe Mound pressure, trying to maybe toy with those expectations off of that Fade utility.
They kind of know Forsaken's the key stakeholder in terms of those set pieces outside C. Try to shut him down here. Again, beautiful read, or assessment, I guess, of the previous situation.
And some people may look at these two teams and see them as just those mechanical monsters, but this is a really cerebral game so far.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Seeing these rotations on rotations, these adjustments. Oh, Spring almost. And now a moment of quiet here.
That could slow things down potentially.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to kind of pre-take, I guess. And the plant's going to come in. Now this should encourage movement here. Just going to kind of eat the Prowler, still close range, still able to use the shorty just fine. Weapon's not right and the knife's not ready. So a 3v3 in the post. Look at the position from YU. That is, excuse me, coming in from Sufat BB. He's still to slow things down. YU does well. Lysor still has to hold ground here, and now the silence becomes deafening. The position becomes questioned. They don't know where he is, but they're going to hazard a guess. Sufat BB does well on one. Draws Divide off the defuse. Just needs to keep his cool here. This would be everything for him. Trying to play to the time, play to the tempo, play to the clock. And play him like a fiddle.
Aing pajukeun da. Barak gitu wae.
This guy time and time again looks so composed in the
Kain
clutch.
paju keunda anjing.
They
Kain
close
we di
out
hold.
7-5 half here, Lauren. Fantastic
Kain
stuff.
we di
from
fake.
Wolves.
This has been an exceptional game so far. Just brilliant from both sides. And
Dia
again,
rek meso anjing.
on surface, you may have thought, it's not going to be this, really cerebral matchup. But this has been a wondrous affair.
Really has. That's any sort of taster here towards the second half. Don't
Malah
go
gak bisa
anywhere.
anjing
We'll
sih
find out
mau
very
bentar
soon.
lagi
Yeah, we
cengok.
will, because we do have a bit of a treat as well coming up. We do have the one and only Mixwell standing
Serile
by
anjing
for
si
us.
something
So that'll be
ngeus.
where we're going to in just a second. So I can't wait to hear from him. He's been in these
Dari
scenarios.
anjing.
Let's see how that feels from the other side.
Pitching side.
Oh, switching side.
Well, one of the perks of being here live during finals weekend is being able to run into legends such as Mixwell, who's co-streaming here from the venue now. Welcome back to Canada. You've been here before. What do you think about the crowd so far?
I think the crowd is one of the loudest I've ever seen, to be honest. I traveled to a lot of tournaments in VCT, so they are doing a great job.
Yeah, it's very exciting to be among them now. You have a little bet when it comes to Wolves. Can you explain it to everybody what happens if Wolves win this event?
I wasn't familiar with their game. At the start of the tournament, I said that if Wolves wins the event, I'm gonna go bold. So now I'm afraid I need PRX to win today, please.
Toronto, what are the chances do you think of him going bold? Come on, are Wolves going to win this event? Oh, it's not looking good for you, Mixwell. It's not looking good. Now, some of the players on stage, we've really seen their personalities. Sufa, BB, Forsaken, they're on their feet. They're hyping up the crowd. As a former player who also enjoys that atmosphere, how important is it to have that hype man on your team?
I think it's really important, especially when they are down. Some games, Wolves were down and Sufat brought Juicy back, for example. And I think it's crucial. I think that you have to play with the crowd, you have to enjoy the moment, you have to be in the moment. And Wolves, especially, they are enjoying it a lot. And a lot of people want to cheer for them as well because of that energy. And now I like them. Even though I might go bold, I like them.
All right, we shall see. I hope you do go bold at the end of this event. Thank you very much, Mixwell, for joining me. And let's see if PaperX can maybe save him in the second half.
The one thing I will absolutely agree with is this crowd has been amazing. For both teams as well.
But the second thing I will say is actually referencing back something we were talking about in the cast the other day. We do see the econ report here from Coinbase. Again, very evenly contested first half here. Why are you the one to really pull ahead here for Wolves, but also Divide on the other side of things. But just to come back to that same point, again, the resilience. See the other day, an absolute stinker of a first half.
Yeah, really
strong. But again, the vibes never changed on stage. You could see maybe hints of frustration coming through, but that's where players like Sufat BB really pay dividends in terms of a team's mental.
I mean, we talk about the sixth man, right? Being that crowd behind you to get you back going.
You almost need a conductor actually from the stage to be able to actually channel that back into getting a team back online, and Wolves certainly have tapped into that here in Toronto.
All right, PaperX now on the attack, 5-7.
Anjing Davai gelo.
Headliner, a big player in big games.
Gak tahu anjing, Davai tiba-tiba tajam ini belakangan ini.
3 pivotal kills. And a stark reminder of who PaperX can be.
We dictate the pace now. You can't sit back
Emlet tiap hari.
bring the fight to you. Now, why you in spring? Well, just why you left now in a 1v5. An ace needed. The Jin gonna shut down any hope of recovery. Kicking off the second half with a flawless round victory.
And you're right, I think what you said, controlling that tempo, making their fights their own, hard to handle on all occasions.
Kayaknya lo tidak maju pakai sentinel, pakai iya deh.
PaperX are gonna
Nah, pakai Ino X3 Pro aja si Davai.
That's really, I guess, we've asked this before of Wolves to kind of stabilize a little bit in the second half and really get to grips with what their opponent's going to try and achieve here. Is again, no secrets on the way in from PaperX. Stack misplaced here, so your second successful approach towards A. Hopefully.
Yep. and I Getting looked towards Devi here, 2 away from his ult so early on. I mean, that could be there for the bonus, right? Huge.
Looks like, yeah, his third 3K or something.
One off now.
So far.
That's brilliant. Massive the attack inside. That could be lovely for them to have in the back pocket. Something that Wolves will have to deal with.
Coming to your first buy round, to have that ultimate available is brutal. Wow.
Nice.
A response found.
Easy, Tiger. We shouldn't get more dangerous than this. Stop it. Stop it. Jing and Forsaken keep this in control. What is going on? Forsaken left in a 1v2. Come on, Forsaken. Surely you keep this safe. Backpedaling away, trying to play the time now. This should never have been this close. See that baby forced to move. But that got way closer.
Mahal anjing, mahal.
Come down to a Red Bull clutch here. Just one rifle retained. Now you're almost relying on Devi's ult to be the turning point here.
Second IGL.
Purchase together, Jing.
Apa sih for nu IGL tuh? Dulu kan Benkai.
Finding so much value.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron teh jadi
Benkai Aaron. Sekarang siapa?
Blood pressure check required.
Nah itu ngomong per second.
Saya ingat emang ngobrolangan bro.
So this is something you've got to build around, be aware of. Quick little pain shot to try and maybe delay.
I mean, Wolves adjusted perfectly for this.
Peperex nama ngaku IGL, kabehan IGL.
Entry found, but it's a full 5v5 in the post.
Anjing line out.
Cheat timing on this. And it looks like something wants to try and hold this back. They're willing to try and brawl on the site. They're not sitting deep at all here. Something wants to draw blood. PRX still standing by. Oh, it's messy. And now there's an opportunity. PRX though, banking on Jing.
Dibayar.
He'll give you a couple here. Beautiful from him. Now down to 1v2. Incredibly difficult for CFAT BB again.
Yeah,
dibayar Jing.
Tempo shift here on the half.
Ternyata nyaco si something ini.
Iya gandeng lama anjing.
This judge up close and personal. Jing 4 on the round for him. Good progress towards the showstopper as well. Gonna potentially, should all rights have that for the next buy round here.
Jing ekspresi anjing. Kaget amun si iya selebrasi.
Fat BB the closest, and well, actually Lysort one away from the TP, but not necessarily too impactful.
Anjay di blind. Aduh.
And that's a revolving weapon. No one else is here, so the game should be given away to an extent. Obviously now, the hit being noted by YU, trying to buy time, but it's hard to hold this back, right? It's a flood of players, full kit.
We didn't see it. We didn't see it.
All good. APRX though got to steady the ship here. Can still get a little bit scary. And now Juicy does have that Vandal, right? Can they play him in? The post plant is purely on the site itself, Mike. There isn't anyone sitting deep.
Well, I mean, he's got 4 sheriffs basically to rally behind here and try and make this rifle work.
Anjay opatan.
Okay, Devi now. Gonna have to do work here. See that video as well. Devi.
Ngapain Ricky? Anjing es goblok.
Anjing.
Big player in big games.
Es
Devi is on fire.
Ini Devi tanpa ekspresi bro.
Nggak pede anjing Devi.
Emang kerwangi juga ya.
Anjing. Tar. Anjing kalem pisan.
Gelo jero ieu.
Alek mah anjing.
Kamu deh.
Menang ke nyepong sirah anjing kosna teh cileupeung.
They're getting close, right? They're getting close on these rounds. Getting a little bit scary. But the scoreline looking good for PaperX.
Kita kan platinum.
Ele ngagebrak meja, menang nyepong sirah anjing. Sayangna naon goblok.
This could be
the
round to find that response. But I can see Fat BB's ultimate.
No game sense.
Kalau game sense no respect anjing.
All outside C. There's a bit of a gap here with Forsaken solo
Pengira
anchor
kene anjing si dapat
towards
menang
A.
S menang deh.
Obviously,
Gelo radian anjing eta. Tanya kamu ya lu gelo.
Batman and second player actually to come across fairly quickly, but
Iron Gun body teh.
Well, here comes the test. Batman. I don't know if that's going to reach. It does, so Lysol will be noted. Draws the paranoia. Okay, counter on counter. They can't hear a thing here. Divide, though, unaffected, unfazed. 35 seconds getting close now. The paranoia burnt early, and Lysol needs to be ready. This is a lot of pressure coming his way.
Anjay
You
sendiri.
can hear the ults coming out to secure the plant, but Lysol still does the damage.
Anjing benang anjing.
And that's a beautiful catch from Seabat BB.
Anjing.
Punishing Jing on the push-up. And now the plant gets hindered.
Terjadi nge-plan anjing.
Spring at the door, and now it's just on Divide. Position noted earlier.
Anjing berantakan, bro.
But this man's dangerous, but not today. Spring's got his number. And Wolves back within touching distance.
Si berdiri wae
to
anjing.
find a response here. They finally stop that string of rounds.
Geus beres namun menang tonjok langsung dulu.
Mau elet tonyok sia goblok.
Getting costly here on both sides. And Showstopper shut down here from Jing.
Jing ulti awas acel gitu.
Kebeak yang entry anjing betul.
It's broken the money from PaperX.
Yeah, it has, yeah, I mean,
Close these rounds have been.
It's not necessarily been a walk in the park for that string of rounds, but Jing looking to put this rifle to work. Start of round 18.
Kabarnya Umbo eta jeung jeung
modar saya something modar.
Geus ketebak anjing.
Another team, they're certainly not very ready for what PaperX wanted to bring. Forsaken picking up what feels like the cursed rifle at this point. Dropping hand to hand, divided well last time in a scenario not too dissimilar to this, but not be able to get it this time. Yeah, handled. Wolves fully ready.
Something just walking into a blender. Was it both nanos actually into that corner? The alarm bot was there as well.
Yeah.
Obviously the vulnerable taking
Di
effect.
tengah-tengahnya Pulau Jawa.
Second time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the second is here.
No escape really.
Enggak masalahnya langsung ada ini anjir.
Yeah, Jing's forced into the line of sight as well, so
Alarm bot. Ada alarm bot jadi vulnerable anjing kena satu.
from Wolves will actually get the
Alarm botnya
second
jadi
round.
double damage nya.
Force a timeout as well from PaperX. So we'll be required to stand on our own 2 feet now for the remainder. 9-9 the scoreline.
9-9.
I just keep thinking, oh, okay, PaperX back to that 4 in the row. You start to have Jing popping off. You've had Divide do it, acing out. It looked good.
Terus sebenarnya tugas Aaron tuh ngapain di sana, Cok?
Never feel like
mendengarkan keluh
it's
kesah.
always possible with
Alex.
that nice little setup. The last 2 rounds, very considered.
Find themselves in a really good position actually here in
Kan
terms of
tugasnya sebenarnya mau
defensive
saya tahu bener
ultimates. They got one away from the lockdown.
pas nggak ulti gebrak-gebrak jaset.
Oh, true, yeah.
Aing mah ya bahan
Two
pindah
more
sih
for
Aaron
Juicy to find a
beres
showstopper. I mean, yes, options on the side of PaperX, but
yang main kene
in terms of this defensive ult cycle,
Si Aaron main tinggal main beren.
really good about
tapi kan
themselves.
udah lama, udah beda, udah nggak dapat berarti.
Again, even with that string of rounds now, look at what's in the bank for
Wah.
PaperX. What's behind this
Siapa kali gue
purchase?
pindah aja. Dia
You
tuh
can
ganti
hear a
ke.
broken purchase if you look at some of the shields.
Alex, ternyata Alexnya lain Alex.
This feels tense though, 'cause this was the one from the timeout, right?
TK
That's
Alex.
the one with the plan in mind for PaperX. The last check-in with the coaching staff, unless we get OT.
Dia agresif ke nanya.
Hey, off the back of a timeout, why not? A traditional reaction. Is PaperX aware?
Yang hijau
Something. There's 3 players in that smoke. You may think
Oh
there's
shit.
one, but will he expect all 3? Quick enough to find one. Great paranoia from Forsaken as well.
Eta.
Do they try and go on the hunt from this?
Fake.
Oh, the TP's lovely. Big investment on
Oh,
that, but I
padu
like the
talent.
idea behind it, taking a lot of space. But look at towards the
staying.
side.
Sarunya sorangan.
It's, yeah, Juicy's still standing here, pops the off, plays it well.
Anjing.
Jing midair.
Kenapa?
He can't get away from him.
4 second
Well,
mati.
back to like before from CUBB, and now he's standing on his own 2
Ya
feet.
sorangan.
Divide left. All on his own.
Kapanggis ya.
Surrounded, and he doesn't even know it. You thought that TP might have cut right through him, it didn't. The Wolves still standing together, fighting together. Divide does what he can, putting up a stand. The Wolves taking the lead.
Anjing dapat.
Executed to perfection here. You get a crucial trade from Juicy, but then to find the second the showstopper comes through, that splash damage. I can't believe that even catches on Jing. Outrageous scenes here.
I know I just...
I'm starting to believe now. The way this half started, I thought it was going to go kind of par for course, right? What you'd expect.
Saya tahu kamu
The
Jason.
Wolves once again proving
Oh,
they
apaan
are
tahu ko lang.
lethal about their business. So we go again. Money not looking good for Paper X. It's Stingers. It's a Sheriff. It's a Bulldog. Brought together from the bargain bin basically here. Can they make something with it? Ooh, a little bit of chip on the way. Position now noted. Sufat BB on the site here. Still got C's and his Prowlers, but they are fast and not sleeping. Not expecting the pace. Juicy, a wild play through the smoke. Gonna find two, but Spring's now here. It gets a bit messy, but it's working out at least for now. It was the side.
Not great here for Pac-Man though.
Oh, do you really go for that? No.
It certainly doesn't feel safe to just stick the plant out, so they're waiting for something. Does have the ultimate here, but again, 2v3 doesn't feel good.
And that chip on Pac-Man 2, they're starting to feel it. Something's going to have to go nuclear. Try and save the day, but none of these fights, these engagements are fair for him. YU does well, even Pac-Man with 21 HP, and not a prayer to be had. Wolves again now, round by round, taking this away from Paper X.
They hit 11 here. This is getting into really awkward territory now. You can see there's effectively a force up here. Ultimates are plenty. Talking about some of those defensive ultimates here for Wolves. See how it lies here for Paper X. This is going to take up the lion's share. Obviously, the round loss bonus is going to be a consideration, but could potentially face Wolves here on map point on a broken buy.
On Paper X's map choice.
Moyok-moyoknya.
Yeah.
It all starts to compound here, but they're not
Tahu
there
anjing, kita
yet.
begini si
4 in a
Wolf
row,
na.
unanswered.
Aing
Ult
pinala
starting to
hayang
build,
fanatik
money
din
looking solid. We're
Muntay
gonna need a Paper X round.
mo.
Gonna need someone to step up, and it looks like something wants to try and trailblaze his way
Fanatik
forward.
menang,
Good info. 2 spotted.
Aing mah
The
dukung
rest now
fanatik
filling
sih.
behind that.
So whether or not they were trying to set up for potentially a paranoia there.
Oh, the paranoia was fine.
Oh,
It was quite
paranoia
juicy.
balik.
Still standing, still breathing. Forsaken gonna find the trade out towards Lightsaw. Nice from Paper X. Unwilling to relent on the site now. Spring and what? Oh my God, what a shot. Couldn't get the second. Forsaken wants this.
Nice.
YU, a 1v3. This would be something special. But a lifeline for Paper X.
Pun PG mah ulti sih.
Spot towards street, that's from
That.
Divide.
Nah.
Time's been bought. Couldn't get the punish fast enough. Now they know the position.
Set. Crossfire guys. Just crossfire. Set.
Say should.
Nyebrang. Paeh.
Yeah, they're not giving him an inch here. Very well handled by Paper X in the end. They had to keep their cool there.
Almost a lifeline here in terms of the bigger picture. Brings it within 1. Not allowing Wolves to really sit back on their laurels and rely on these ultimates. Getting so sloppy on that first kill. The paranoia almost setting things in motion, but Forsaken just
Heroics there.
just absolutely bulldozing his way onto site.
Those were your last words.
Wolves at late timeout in the half in the map, round 22. Comfortable financially, so still got those ultimates actually building back towards Juicy and Fat BBs. Almost a stacked deck here in terms of this cycle.
Yeah, it starts looking a bit scary, and that Jing's 2 away from his. Forsaken 1 off and 2 away from Patman's, but as I said, this feels like we're getting really...
Well, again, you think about it as well, if you don't invest these ultimates early on, you never really get a clean 5v5 retake versus Paper X, because they'll find a plant, but they'll also more often than not, push towards spawn, try and find a kill, weaken that setup. So if Wolves do have any kind of set pieces around these ultimates, you're really looking towards Spring and YU to mitigate that risk and sit deep enough where you're not really going to be able to rely on it too much. But say Paper X, they're a team that reads into that sort of thing so well.
Well, I'm probably going to see a paint shell. I imagine maybe a C's perhaps, who knows, but you're seeing the way that Paper X want to pass.
Well, first time actually the stars align for a fight towards Rubble here.
God, this could be right off the rip. Here we go. Already paint shell comes in, C's not going to find it, but the reveal is fantastic. Juicy going to go down, Forsaken doubling in. This is lovely from them. See if it maybe does answer back in kind, but
maju dapat scan.
Paper X aren't stopping. They want the site. And it's
Takan.
done by somebody. Yeah, that's stunning. Almost singular in approach, just banking on themselves.
I mean, what Plant coming through.
Halus yang strateginya.
A haymaker thrown from Paper X and it lands once more. Similar to those early rounds we did see in the second half.
This shouldn't be possible. A 1v3. It shouldn't be possible, and it isn't. Something a full stop to that sentence. But it is 11-11, Mike. Paper X have found what they needed.
Terus karena di mana sih?
But it's getting close here. The money's still in place for Wolves. And you're looking at those ults that become
Scan biasa anjir.
was everything.
Sibuk ngayuti ata.
See Fat BB unfortunately I guess just caught off guard by the flash. Tried to turn it, but even so you connect that first shot, you've got two, three more members of Paper X staring you down. Paper X maybe feel as if they found the recipe here. Slower approach this time around.
Oh,
No resistance shown early on at least from Wolves.
Pena ke kontrol lagi.
This is both YU and Spring though. Spring's going to continue pushing forwards. Might even catch Divine Spawn.
Yeah, trying to almost sell this fake, but Divine completely unawares. They hadn't seen this sort of look before. But if anything, it encourages his approach towards A now.
Team does have the showstopper as well though.
Yeah, this is going to get tense. Both players stuck on the back of the side now. Ready for the swing, but not ready for the shot. Lights or hand is Forsaken, waiting for the pop. And the Olin Jinx landed it. 3v3 now. Tension rising. Something holding the push through the door on the other side now. Rewarded. Nice from him. Man advantage and Plant next on the cards.
See the lockdown invested here. It's a 2v3. See the response comes through from Patman, but Paper X going to get a fight this. He's found one.
Yeah, beautiful from him. They've got to react to it now. Something it wasn't clear enough.
Tembak.
Jing, what do you do?
He's caught.
What do you do?
They can just stick it.
Yeah. I can't believe it. YU just has to hold guard. And for Jing, he just has to stand back and watch as the 12 gets taken away in the final hour of
Tetap pede Baturana bisa ngakil.
take the lead.
See here the purchase going to be rough for Wolves, but they find that response, finally finding the opportunity to invest the lockdown. I mean, it's another situation where you just see Forsaken again, just digging so deep. Jing hitting the drive-by as well.
Tadi dia siapa ngawi.
That kills one with the follow-up here onto something. This one ultimately that can bail Jing out in that situation. They're coming into this though. Wolves still have a pit, still have a showstopper. Big tools to work with here in round 24.
Ke pressure kene gitu sih something teh.
Ke pressure kunaon?
Ngaimna.
The moment of silence will drop.
Asa enggak sih.
Poised now. Cover going up. Once again, it's like actually a big info there. Catch him drifting away here, not necessarily looking committed. It being Jing, obviously. The tip of the spear on some of these set pieces, but Paper X are actually going to contact up.
It all feels like the calm before the storm.
Wolves almost scratching their heads here. They invest the pit over, expecting maybe that with that information, Paper X are rotating towards C.
There's the info, but are you ready for the hit? How do you play it for Lysor? Oh my god, he's going for the heroics.
Anjing,
He went for the
papa.
heroics and it worked out for one. Not gonna
Elo,
get a
atas semua
second. Paper Rex now
itu.
finds stability on the site. Into the post plant. Something playing a little further ahead. He wants a one and done and back away. No one's given him that yet though. And the time ticking for Paper Rex here. This is
Anggur merah.
still ults in play though. Juicy has his. You've heard
Dead.
him invested. Flies on the site, but something does well. Gets one back. The showstopper does one. Wait, something was lost. And a trade for Spring. It's into a 2v2. It ain't over yet.
Nah, bingung gitu something anjing.
Cek aing ge kunaon sih eta.
Shell posted by some seconds. They needed to stay alive.
Nice.
Digging deep, and they're not dead yet. They're not done yet.
Hihi, bingung.
Killed them when you had a chance. Paper Rex bringing it back to 12 apiece.
Something ge lo cek
Of course we
aing ge.
see overtime here on the
Nih,
first
biasanya langsung
of this
ditenangkan
series.
coach Alex nih.
An insane exchange here.
Anjing, mau Alex. Pas waktu gitu gak marah dia anjing.
Showing a brazen approach.
No fear.
Almost their trademark.
Takkan dulu tapi nya.
Game plan here. But Wolves, I gotta say it, seemingly up to the challenge. Everything gets reset now for round 25.
Gas tegang anjing.
Reset as well. I mean, Wolves, perfect position to close out now, but back onto the attacking side.
Timing's going to be critical on this. They've read it. They've read it really well here.
Same piece we've seen previously.
And it worked out well.
Oh,
Right at the end, but this time, Jing, something in unison. They're not going to let him even have a chance into this. Denied from the very word go. And Wolves one back in. They're taking the fight. He can't do that.
Pick.
Paper Rex locked in
Anjing,
on
kita
this.
di pick deui anjing.
Aman.
Jangan Batman.
They should find stability, Mike. But Wolves look there unwilling to back away. They don't want to go
They're
elsewhere.
expecting Paper Rex to rotate away from this and give up the space, but Paper Rex reading this perfectly. Still got
1, 2, 3.
as well, so
Ya. 2,
So difficult. They need a freebie. They need something.
Nice.
Happening. Paper Rex looking
Let's go.
sharp here. Right read, right place, right shots.
Ini ya.
Nah, saya langsung ngomong.
draw first blood this set piece once more.
Nah.
On the back of the C's nade. This time around, no casualties, no trade found. Able to stick the landing.
Tunung itu semua. Semparem.
Wolves had to call a timeout here. Ahead of the second round in overtime.
So impressed by Paper X's mental here though, because they've been put through the ringer on this. Again, it's pressure
Iya,
on them
Paper X
more than
can
anything, right? If you're
ngerusuh
Wolves,
B, euy.
you've already done more than expected.
Anjing.
Fanatik banget.
Ay, anjing lah. Fanatik banget.
But yeah, again, usually with Wolves, you'd be talking about, you know, this unknown quantity and, you know, hard to read and stuff like that. The fact that we're talking about actually there is some
Iya, kebalik yang tegang sekarang siapa?
it makes it a little bit more interesting because we've seen kind of counters to both approaches.
Yeah.
Paper X showing they're able to dismantle those defaults, and Wolves also looking as if they're very adept at dealing with early round aggression. And I'm with you on that one.
Again, you look at Paper X, they are a legacy team here, right? And they have that one destination in mind, that final stop. But Wolves standing in their way of that grand final. And it's down to the wire between these two. So we go again. Similar scenes, it looks like, right? It almost looks like rinse and repeat, but Jing this time is fast. Lysor has gone down. It looked a little late, but the YU swings in. Oh, he gets a second. Hold on, Paper X. Held back here now.
Spike just behind the wall as well. Not necessarily a comfortable push out here.
That's
for
both
Wolves
players.
to control.
Awas smoke anjing.
Given an opportunity to reset a little bit here, but find themselves in a 2v3.
Oh, I thought they were leaving Devi there.
Kosong
God.
kena anjing diri teh.
Please lah.
So no paranoia. Going to be a little gap on a follow-up smoke here. Spark comes through. Juicy still got satchels. Spring still with a snake bite. So a couple of tools here at
Cafe
Wolves'
dapat 2.
disposal.
For second dapat 5.
Anjing.
So tense now. You're gonna need someone to over-deliver.
Kau.
Paper X take it deep.
Oh, kembali
Deui
ya.
gitu anjing. Deui gitu anjing.
It took so long to get there. That legacy team
Terek kasate anjing.
strong on map.
Anjing. Demen pisan, tipis-tipis. Jika di split anjing.
Standing pistol round, ah.
Standing pistoron. Standing pistoron, what the fuck.
He's legit NPC cool, they should take it.
Ada si player Paper X para ngeri jelma-jelma itu. Jelma-jelma
What the
kunaon.
fuck, Mr.
Langsung
Standing.
kamu ada.
Emblem.
Kita kudu main Nokia, men.
Boom.
Sok mau cobaan mana? Ya emang geus pernah.
Nih guys balik imo chat.
Ayo.
Heeh. Anjay. Lanjutkan atuh.
Psycho.
4.
Oh man, I was just getting warmed up.
Ya aing main ke da isa. Kali 2455.
Spike defused.
Sih. Mas morping aing. Paingkeun ku batur.
Jarago aing.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Ini jitu fanatik anjing.
Gitu fanatik.
Make sure you get your snacks, drinks, and bio breaks in. Or, if you're like me, send in your Euro clones instead to do the job. Let's get ready. Where are you going, Yoru?
Nu di lower bracket tah ada.
We're going straight to the left.
Lower bracket enak.
Good form here, good form.
Oh,
Tinggal-
acan.
Tinggal seberat
Are you running to a wall?
Iya opat. Terus
Got the
teh
pistol on two on
Genji.
top of that.
Sentinel baliknya.
Tuh.
Kemana sih? Matchmakingnya bingung ini.
Nah, iya. Oh iya lower bracket teh fanatik.
Kan, fanatik lower bracket. Oh. Ini semifinal teh perek.
Iya, iya eleh mau pulang. Dew.
Heeh.
Oh, Eleh
Lower
tuh
bracket
pulang.
unggul.
Eleh ke lower bracket. Lawan siapa yang menang di
Anu
fanatik kedua.
lower bracket eta nu handapnya gitu jeung fanatik.
Heeh.
Anu menang geus we nungguan di final.
Oh, iya menang
Tapi
final
menang.
gitu. Enggak anjing.
Final.
Final upper merenya.
Final
Sia ai
upper.
Genji ge encan anjing.
Dan
Anjing
jadi
iya,
iya.
Asia lawan kedua.
Oh, kemarin teh balik Genji teh.
Balik.
Oh, berarti si sesa opat ieu hungkul?
Heeh. Nanti keluar lah.
Paper Rex nggak sih?
Nggak mau. Nah, ini mah fans fanatik. Fans si Bostara yang bro. Bisa nyinggung kan.
Sudah tidak terlalu standing Bostar ini.
Oh, emang goreng sih tuh.
Kan?
Bro nobar kadieu.
Oh, genjit
Ya. Nobar yang siapa ya?
Sahai sih ya.
Sahid.
Kernaon sih keur live.
Tuh.
Terus kernaon ngobrol di mana?
Iya di follow. Terus dia DCS ya.
What an exciting way to start Masters Toronto here today. I'm now joined by Paper Rex's coach Alex. Now, everybody credits Wolves as a team that has a lot of structure. How did you and your boys manage to find those gaps on Lotus?
I think it was a very close affair. I think I honestly don't think they gave many gaps. We knew what they were doing, but I think we played.
Oh iya, kapal datang.
Banyak sih yang pindah dia.
They have a lot of research on Lotus, so it helped a lot.
Nice counter strike there, coach. Good luck on that too.
Oh boy, choo-choo, because the train ain't stopping. As Paper X managed to pick up the win.
nobar di Laciabi wae.
To the OT there, and one has to wonder, does Wolves have what it takes to be able to force that map 3? Now, for that though, let's actually take a look at high-speed moment. We gotta give this one to YU because there were some great plays in this one, but maybe this one in particular shines.
Yeah, and this is more about the round as a whole, because I think this starts so well for Paper X. Something they did great on their defense was these active trap plays. In this one, they get 2 picks, but then in classic Paper X fashion, I think end up overstaying their welcome just a little bit. They lose 2 players there, and then Wolves, after getting this nice double from YU, flicking up to the player on the off angle, Wolves goes on to win this round. And it was rounds like this, the ones that started strong for Paper X, that Wolves bounced back, that made it look like Wolves was gonna take this game away in that first half there.
I love the balance also of having Spring be
Map
the
2 na naon.
one that is going to push from the defense, and YU being the one that was in the lurks in this first half of Lotus. But in the end, somehow,
Sunset.
even with them
Anjay,
this
tentang
advantages
Paper X sih
and
sunset.
whatnot, Paper X manages to get back on the board and secure the map.
It's funny because they got theirs back. They gave away some advantages in the first half, but they were the ones winning a lot of clutches. They were the ones bringing it back in the second. It pushes all the way to OT. That's what you know this Paper X team for.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there are so many good things to talk about with this Paper X team. One individual in particular, gotta give it to the man himself, Divine. We saw some wild plays. This one in particular was nuts, because my guy just walked out there, not a care in the world, Cuckoo, was like, you know what, hold this L with the sheriff. Pop, got 2 out of the break.
So many 3Ks, so many very high impact kills that he had. He even got an ace, even though Alex's reaction was not showing that he got an ace. But this is one of the disadvantages that they won, and one of the reasons that Paper X was able to secure this map in so many occasions was thanks to Device performance.
After Paper X's failures earlier in this year, missing out on Bangkok, having the rough start to stage 1, a lot of fans were calling for Device head when they were asking for roster changes. They were saying that he should get dropped.
Dapat MVP,
Really proved himself in this tournament now, stepping up in some of these later games, showing us the Divide that we've known has been so strong since all the way back at tournaments like Masters Copenhagen, where this team has made finals before.
Yeah, well, of course, a lot of pressure, though, on the other side of the stage for the Wolves as they're facing a potential trip to the lower bracket if they lose this next map. Let's actually go ahead and check in with Coach Fade to hear what he has to think as we get ready for that one.
I'm now joined by Coach Fade from Wolves. Now, this is the first map you've lost this tournament since that Sentinel series. What was the focal point in your team talk before map 2? And is there any concern around stamina if this series goes the distance?
I think we kind of show like nerfs again, once again, towards the end of first map. And I think stamina shouldn't be an issue because we had a 3 days break previously, so I think we'll be fine.
I hope so. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, and there you see the results that you heard as well. Like they feel good about the stamina for the Wolves, but a 14-12, that has to sting for them as they get ready for map 2, Mimi.
For sure, especially like you were mentioning, this is a team that has not lost a map since the series they dropped to open Toronto against Sentinels. They have been on a non-stop roll up to this point, but now having to go all the way to 3 if they want to make it into the final here.
Oh, but there's such good maps for the side of Wolves, and now we're about to jump into Ascent. We're going to see something for everybody that enjoys the map. What we usually see is one team on one hand, we expect them to be playing with the Viper, right, double controller, and on the other side, a double Sentinel with the Deadlock. That is, of course, if we do not see any changes in the agent select. And I think that we were highlighting how well Wolves was doing from their attack with those executes, how good the utility from Lysar is in that agent.
I really like their Deadlock, in particular on the attacking side. It's another map where they play super slow, just like we're watching on Lotus. But what they do well is putting down their Sentinel utility on space state, and clearing elsewhere. So they're kind of putting down these little checkpoints to save parts of the map they have. Really late. I think a lot of teams miss out on those little details with juggling the Sentinel utility. They're great there. It's the same on defense. To me, this feels like a really strong map for Wolves to bounce back.
Yeah, I like the way they chop up the map, right? And really give themselves, like you said, a lot of these openings. The thing is, though, is that we have seen now a couple times PaperX kind of feed the beast one too many times here. And I think with Deadlock and the way that this team can play this one, Mimi, this could be quite problematic for them if they're not careful and checking their P's and Q's.
For sure, yeah. They have to be on point with taking calculated risks, but it definitely paid off in the first game here. Let's take a look at the comps and PaperX locking in that jet for something now.
Oh, they're going back to something, you know, more standard in this case. They've moved away from the Gecko and the Raze. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I love, Mimi, the fact that they're sticking with this double controller and the Viper.
I really like the Viper comps on this map. I think they've always been strong on defense, especially Tobias looked great. But this is much more sensible in terms of the rest of the utility. You're going to put a lot into something. I'm looking at what you can do with the AWP, starting on this defensive side, and what protocols Wolves have to deal with.
Mana grafik settingnya high gitu kan?
Performance in the first map, something that is very, very different from what we've been seeing for the rest of the tournament from him.
Yeah, and he's going to have a lot of responsibility here because I think like you're going to want that KO maybe to try and like flash a bit with the Deadlock there to prevent that utility from being a bit of a problem. Try and sniff those things out. He's going to have a close task ahead of him without a doubt here. Curious to see how this one plays out because really it feels like both teams are doing their homework coming into this.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I think that we also need to look at Forsaken. I think that one of the things take very great care of.
Pakai champion sih,
because he's going to be most likely the one that is on the outside of the pack, and that could break some of the
champion.
that like to wait so much, and that is why I'm looking at these players to focus on.
Oh boy, all right, well, it's time now. Get ready for map number 2. Toronto, you want to see a map 3? I said you want to see a map 3, Toronto! Let's send it back over to your casters who very much want a map 3. Here's Pansy and High Pot.
And you really can't blame us after map 1. 14-12, it tipped the way of PaperX in OT. But what a wild ride it was to get there. Now on Ascent though, Mike, has this changed any of your expectations?
Look at this, really, the upset would have come from Lotus for me. If Wolves could close out here, PaperX struggled domestically here on Ascent. They obviously have the loss to Genji previously here, sorry. So this is the opportunity now for Wolves to get back in control of this series and force a third, because Split should be an absolute barn burner if we get there.
Please, look, I
always delivers, man. A Split decider always.
Okay, well, let's see if they can get there first. But PaperX, though, in their minds, there's always been one goal, and it's the grand finals, right? This team put together, went back to the drawing board to rebuild.
There was a great line from Divine in one of the interviews talking about every time he sees the champs LA finisher in-game, it haunts him. A couple of them actually I saw them brought up on map 1.
So again, you've got to have been starving to truly understand hunger, and for PaperX, they've never really got that first place. Not when it mattered, so for them, probably the best chance they've had in a minute's time, but still, it will be Wolves on the attack, PaperX on the defending side. Something tries to stake his claim towards middle, but will be warded away.
Back on the Sheriff actually here, QC. Flash. Close and personal, Sean actually Forsaken caught on a retreat back.
Maybe not
Jelas sih,
fully
Matt, emang,
that
anjing.
space yet, but there is still 2 players on this side of the map for Paper X, so Batman's still here.
Nah, tuh kena sirah.
Jing's still on this side too. Slow and
Ende
steady again.
aja sih makanya.
It looks like Paper X wants this back, but it's just going to end up being a brawl.
Phantom
They're
Tuhan.
ahead of the smoke, but what's the util on the
Ah, ini
corner?
mah
There isn't
pena.
any. So Jing and Batman do really well.
Ush.
Eventually they trade it effectively though. Wolves keep the man to the good, and they
Dia
get
mau
the
hack
side
kayak
for
kikian
themselves.
aja garis-garis.
Something down to 34 HP as well. But 2 sheriffs
Nah, garis.
on the side of Paper X here. Could pack a punch here on the retake.
Oh, Moon Hike baru kelihatan jika kartun ini.
Garis-garisannya.
Gonna have to keep themselves tucked in on this. I think both potentially spotted yet, and that was huge for this. Something can't get the shot. See if that BB off to a great beginning. But again for Wolves,
Iya.
Susah aja. Kok pakai pandal ya?
On Lotus. Did
Ya,
deliver.
baik.
Repeat it here once more.
Anjay.
Something. You can't get that economy
Ah,
build, as
elah.
you mentioned, what he can get done with the operator potentially on the defensive side, always
Asen
a
eta mah.
factor on Ascent.
Oh, nya Asen main Lotus.
Wolves have the tools to really prevent that
Apa
from
bang
happening.
Lotus tadi? Si Abi.
Fairly invested here on round 2 as well.
Oh,
Respect being
supply.
shown to Paper X. It's only spring on a Sheriff, Bulldogs across the
Kiri.
board. Actually, with that round 1, Fat BB already halfway to the Hunter's Fury as well, so looking for further progress potentially.
Itu suara dari mana sih? Suara Palo.
Reminder of that last map too. These rounds aren't free. When it comes to that second round, even if it's just a Sheriff, even if it's just classics, Paper X will make something out of it. For now, though, again, it's a considered approach from Wolves, taking their time around the map, doing their due diligence, and see if the BB will be working towards Ascent.
141.
I imagine probably getting priority on that here.
Oh iya kamu.
Caution needs to be shown. That deep haunt over towards B, you should have seen on the mini-map. Pretty indicative that no one's there, and the connection of the knife. So they should be pretty locked in for what's happening.
I have the spike.
Considering set piece here around the cage from Lysol, but 30 seconds left. They need to
Oh,
find progress somewhere.
Dangerous
Especially with players like Jing tucked up. Very deep position.
Klasik atuh ah.
But Waiyu comes out on top.
Yeah, the paranoid goes into sight, so they should be
Ah.
able to springboard through this. Unless someone wants to smoke, now you can't. Now you're held back. It feels like the anti-Paper X, doesn't it? But they still find a way through. Divide, up and over the top, but at this point the plant's going to be in. So very difficult to find much surprise, even ahead of maybe that deadlock util.
Wah.
Cautious again, you can afford losing one player, that being Spring. The rest you don't want to lose, and YU took a risk, but he should be fine here. Yes, stability looking good. Fat BB going to be building very close to that. Oh, and a lovely round in the end from Wolves there, Mike.
Flawless.
Obviously, Fat BB did have the
Dua
spike, but
anjing.
coming through elsewhere. Still, fantastic progress made.
I got scared here though.
Very, very worried. Yeah, when the Bulldogs sometimes can be a little hard to tame. See Fat BB not having that issue in that regard. Sticking the spray. Now that purchase,
Lu.
especially with spring upgrading as well,
This is a nice spot.
makes this round 3
Ya Allah,
doable here for
104
Wolves.
udah kena ding anjing.
Actually, 2 light shields on the side of Paper X as well for something
Aduh aja nggak dapet, cok.
forsaken.
They're fighting on every front.
Tempat iya mah.
Here.
Mid.
Pressure down
Set,
B main.
set.
Cap. Pressure on towards A main.
Ih, kabur.
I guess it does burn some of that early util for Wolves though, so there is that, and
Ah, nggak setelah 440.
Sebenarnya, wah ini 2-0 anjing.
Flawless tadi gitu.
Spring even comes out positive in any of this, it would be incredible for him. So in the meantime, look at where the
Ah,
spikes go.
Forketnya masih ngebelur anjing.
I think if he can show presence or something actually. Forsaken's walked all the way up as well.
They don't know about Forsaken.
Oh.
Oh, it's a quick beheading. Couldn't get the
Berarti
ball
pakai
on
terus
Lysol.
ya.
It might be the green light to go towards B. Still a player to hold his divider down low, but still standing and still breathing on 35. He takes YU out of the equation. Now starting to flounder.
Udah flash smoker, double smoker Asen anjing.
Still struggling to find the landing on this up against the 4 remaining for Paper X. That's going to be dealt with. You look at that middler coming into effect too, but that's not going to find the value they want. And yes, something clean with it. Lysor still making something of this. Spring still got his paranoia. If he can get through here, oh my god, it's risky off the back, but still.
Risky Wahyudi.
Now the smoke dissipates on. Oh! The smoke going down on CT opens up chance here. Divide tries to find that second before the paranoia lands, but 8 seconds out.
Anjing dapat goblok.
One by one, they are taking down Paper X, and Jinx seems unaware of the possibility of Spring being so close. Smokes of his own and a couple of TPs. How do you divide and conquer this? I do not know.
Oh
Eyes
my.
drawn to that potential in the smoke. Jinx steps forward, smoke goes
Oh
down.
shit. Salah.
Kosong, bro.
Mark, I can't believe what I just saw.
Dia tes strategi. Dua smoke, dua initiator anjing.
It looks like Paper X initially come out with a win to catch this kill, but not just that, the information that Wolves are descending upon B site. But some key pieces of utility, key damage towards Divide in that initial exchange. You can
Alek marah.
Massively for Wolves.
Putang ina kau.
Get themselves the upper hand here to kick off map 2.
And I'm waiting with bated breath, right? Because that's a huge start for them.
Udah si Alek kepilih.
I feel like watching Paper X on the attack, they come into their own, right? Able to control the tempo, kind of do what they please. But if you can stake a good claim for yourselves, the
Masih 4 man.
opportunity's yours. Why you? Quick reminder.
Anjing.
The Paper X are lethal no
Kenapa
matter
nembak?
weaponry. And that is going to be an upgrade for something.
Second nih bos.
Might pass that over depending on the shield situation, but
Oeng.
good
Anjing.
stall here.
Gak jadi drone.
Massive. Patman. Is he going to get to live here? There's a lot of targets. That all could be sent to Wall. And yeah, grab. But Divide in the meantime, going to take down Juicy. Hold on, this is not completely secure by any means. They're in a 3v3, sure, but look at the HP of Lysor.
Lysor
BB does have his ult, but I don't think he can get away from that default plant spot. So Spring waiting. Now sees that. Forsaken, are you aware?
Smoke bad.
Gonna be held up back towards heaven. The two players inside can focus towards short. Nice from Spring, but it goes down. And now something in Divine need to come together with this.
Gennya dapat menang.
Somehow figure it out.
Anjing.
Off angle from Lysor
Nah
was
gitu.
lovely. Leaving Divine. What a shot! You got one more of those. You've done it before. You had the ace before.
Hafal lah we atuh.
Man is a monster, but he's got to prove
Menang
it
si
out.
Dapai,
He's
anjing.
been ice cold in these. He knows the time. He knows the time.
Aing oke kan menang si Dapai.
Gelo Dapai anjing,
Kita
gelo.
menyala pisan anjing dari tadi.
Dapai nih bos. Player yang di underrated dulu bos.
Today in this series.
God damn! Just give the man a share.
Tar anjing.
Another three-piece for him.
Aduh, sakit kepala lagi.
It's rough as well. The reset again.
Anjing tinggal reaction kita hukul teh.
Safe initially, but
Tadi
from CFAT BB. It's a gamble. You can get a cheeky half defuse in, or you can go ahead and stick it. It forces the hand, especially with the recon bolt being used so early on.
Now they start pressuring the point. Look at that deep line already adopted by something in that operator.
Biasaan pukul 2 lesnya mau nganter ya.
Crowd are going to be clearing. No one nearby now. My ult is ready. And the ult gathered too, so a nice early step, but a fast mid take coming out from the Wolves.
Potential to backstab this. I think they're reading into maybe some deep presses. Yeah, we'll catch the backside of something for sure. And the second player.
That is brave.
Anaknya harus maju gitu anjing.
Ayo, menang
Mistake
dua.
and a punish is why you will lap that up. And now that B side looks so vulnerable.
Flash.
Ya, biasa sih. Tapping aja.
Well, actually, yeah, that might just be the white flag put up from Paper X here to hold on to these weapons. No point feeding into this potentially with Juicy. Close to that ultimate. Spring's actually already on the hunt.
Gas alus of Angel something maju anjing.
Semblance of safety
Anjoy,
here.
rank non iya anjing.
The remaining Paper X players.
Itu kalau ditembaknya ini kita detected.
There's still maybe a question mark if they're in towards market or in towards spawn. Well, they will progress any further, but yeah, I usually talk about discipline, and that was a lack of respect to something.
Yep.
Yeah, did he even get a shot off? Why he was just so quick to that?
Yeah, they seem really aware. Again, this kind of it's not necessarily that regional matchup at all, but, you know, scrim partners and the information on this ahead of that swing, it was really well dismantled. Again, Forsaken's fault as well, just felt it was too late to be going for that. There's no trade to be there.
I think, yeah, again, once you notice the drone that's come forward, you're not just swinging onto YU there. Again, it's almost an expected response here from PaperX. They deal with the trip. They want to post something on a much deeper sight line. Again, the Prowler's sent through as well. So it's actually Wolves that have the upper hand in terms of the information game. It's a question mark for PaperX, actually. Who's behind that? And the punish, unfortunately, there for them. Will leave them with a 4-1 deficit now. Timeout called. There's a purchase. Considering the rifles behind this, maybe want to make a play for an orb here for something to offset that slightly. Forsaken going to be riding a stinger coming into this, but already a fantastic start for Wolves. Looking composed as well. Just hearing from Faye talking about how much actually those days off have paid off, because they've had, like we said, with the comeback in Gen G, the resilience shown, that takes a lot from a team, even if they're all smiles and on their feet on the stage and stuff. Behind closed doors, no doubt, no doubt that reset absolutely necessary to continue here in Toronto.
Yeah, spot on. So for them, it is now just how long can you keep this up? How clean can you keep this game? PaperX so far with that one round, but of course did have that timeout. You can hear the ults coming through as well for something. YU's kind of have their number on this B side, but it feels like they're getting the right read here. But are you going to go through the pit on this? No, brave enough to go for the ult, but that's about all she wrote. But that mid-cross is dangerous now.
I think I did just hear something pop the knives.
Sana.
Not necessarily looking like as bad a situation here for PaperX.
I must wait a moment.
They try and navigate their way round the pit.
Looks like it, right?
There's a TP back here from Juicy to potentially collapse on B side very quickly with YU Spring.
To do that to something! Can we just like highlight the fact you're doing that to something twice now? He's been outswung. If you don't think these Wolves are gunners, you are absolutely wrong. But now they've manipulated the map well. Now they want to maybe hit that cross back in again, and this is where those Stingers are going to start suffering. You're not in the right place for him, but Jinx still going to hold his ground. Paranoia primed and sent down through. Tries to escape, and he gets out at least for now. Patman's found Mike, Story's got support. Spring, see that BD, they're just flying into Roger. Patman, going!
Patman yellow.
How's he just got 4 there?
Puts himself in a deadly position and delivers here for PaperX.
I need to watch that one back.
It just jumps down, able to get behind this so quickly. Beautiful stuff from him. No semblance of comfort back in the coach booth whatsoever. Operator back in hand now for something. All stacked up in mid now. The smoke will obscure for the time being.
Who's next?
So Juicy going to try and pave the way.
That's
right, spreads it round the corner there.
And something seems unafraid at all, and he gets out of danger. Trying to combine it with a Hunter's Fury, but it finds no value really. And now Forsaken just stands his ground. This feels like it's fallen flat here for Wolves. PaperX getting a good read and a good idea. It's going to need a hero to stand tall. Spring's done well towards Batman. Doesn't expect Devi, so close. Great trade for Devi there. And now just 2 remaining. Juicy and Sufat Baby in a 2v4, Mike. I mean, it would be a tilter.
I mean, they should find a straight 2v2 on either side here, but the issue being something is posted up. The operator. Again, not many tools left to. Actually, no, I haven't said that. Recon and Juicy with a full belt almost.
I'm trying to send it for the fake, I guess.
30 seconds left.
Nice idea. But it's not going to dissuade these players. They don't need to move.
Paper X can sit in this formation now, and I think actually Wolves, because they don't get a bite.
Yeah, it looks like a cancel.
I mean, YU 450, Spring 1350, and Lysor struggling to put together any funds here. Paper X will find their third.
Smoke-nya mati di mana? Si klopnya?
In the start of ascent.
Si klopnya mati di mana?
Di belakang kamu.
Nah, kenapa dia agak semua clean ya?
Spring, and you can see on Paper X now, absolutely nothing and a million miles away from anything, to be honest with you. So a slight advantage in that regard, but it's not much. I mean, Lysor going to be potentially the next key ultimate.
Anjir, hard to entry.
Wolves.
I've got to say as well, for me, good start seeing Patman find a bit of impact too. He's been a really good player for them.
Yeah, a quiet map one as well, so seeing him come online, certainly a positive.
Oh, Forsaken, got the timing so right. He's so blind.
Ada kabur
so
tuh.
a bit of spacing and trading for Juicy just to swing that.
Oh, dia
But the
hopper.
next layer to this is still something. There's no pressure towards middle, but he's very paranoid about it. They want in on this. Still not noting him. The stall's there. If they try and disrespect it, it's going to be brutal. And it is. Yet way too difficult on the way in. Juicy, what is that? You're 1 HP. You're not meant to be doing this sort of stuff. And now Spring left in a 1v2 as well. So unwilling to deny that scale up towards B was their right idea.
They're wrapping the spike as well. Both Jing and something.
This guy's paranoia, smoke, TPs. He's got a bit of kit here to play with though, Mike.
He's left guessing. Potentially, yeah, going to get himself a clean plant.
Shadows traveling.
With the smoke towards CT kind of implies he's not expecting this wrap.
Certainly does. TP should be noted too, that paranoia. What do you do with it? Yeah, a little interested on that, but the corner, slow peeks ain't going to get you past
He's going to
take a stand on that one. But it felt like Wolves were so headstrong in wanting to hit towards that B site, but the scaling up just didn't feel right there.
Initially,
jangan dulu di jangan dulu di flash, bawa aja dulu.
Again, you look at the minimap at that moment, and there is a huge gap in the Paper X defense. So happens. I mean, Juicy picks up a little momentum, but that kill there, he was down to 1 HP, and the shorty connects from here. Just as the door is about to close.
Anggurin. Tuh kan bener. Wallnya jelek banget. Yang asli.
For Wolves, to be honest with you.
Wall si flashnya.
And now Wolves starting to run dry, it looks like. Again,
jadi kita bisa di-pick sama Ray
big stage games, it is that level of comfort on here when you're under the gun, because yes, they did lose out to, what was it, Sen early on, but beyond that, they've not really dropped a map for Wolves. They've been on that kind of momentum run. So now they're starting to hit that brick wall, right? You kind of expect it in towards these sort of games. The caliber just keeps increasing. I want to see how well they do in this. Obviously, they did great against Genji. That to me is ticking the box of authenticity.
Yeah, almost a turning point.
Yeah. Like everything else, I'd be like, okay, maybe people underestimated them. Maybe they...
Yeah, because you have that step up again for playoffs where it's like, obviously, the stakes get raised. And we're not talking about elimination for Wolves, but certainly the caliber increases, the pressure definitely correlates with that. And then you step into a series versus Paper X. Talk about Genji being an international titan, but...
Paper X, I mean, God, I said it
need no introduction when it
comes
to the international stage.
Truly not, and again, I think that because of their lack of, you know, let's say international trophy, that there has been that worry about them, how well they do, their expectations, but they are still a grand finalist team, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's just something that doesn't even need to be said half the time, but at this point, they've course corrected well, they've got everything back to where they like it, and for something, he's going hunting. He knows where the man is.
Yeah, camp out quickly. You can see on the minimap as well, situation developing outside A site. Then the knife is going to have given that info across. Really juicy with a rifle here, and all of that if you may.
This feels very classically Paper X as well, but a dangerous position for Forsaken. He could get outswung here, and he is on his own because you saw the rotation route coming out from something, so times it well to back away, and that C's obviously given it a couple of seconds and actually plays back in something. You don't often see fights this deep on the map, but welcome to Paper X, I guess.
Yeah, Paper X just don't want Wolves to sit back and set up here, preventing any rotation back towards the B side of the map. Pac-Man still commanding this space, and actually Knife will reveal everything if he threw it. Probably still knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, look at
the,
30
seconds left. Snakebite and the fragment.
Oh, this is an awful sight to have to try and approach. Basically dry at this point. Yeah, Juicy still going to get Jing down, but okay, guys, you were primed for this. And Divine looks like he's trying to do everything himself. What on earth is going on here? Something that's unfair. That's a bit of bullying, but I like it. 5-4 now, tipping the scales on their side. And I've got to say, Wolves looking a little bit shaken by this.
Yeah, and I guess, I don't want to say lost for answers, but unable to really troubleshoot with some of these approaches that Paper X are displaying here on the Sen.
Tepat banget smoke-nya.
Juicy, again, good for 2 on the way in here.
Yeah, surprise.
A moment where Divine can't ping down Spring.
Paper X watch party loving that one, but 5-4 we go back through. Buyback in play. And it looks simplistic in approach, it looks direct, and something looks to turn this operator into a shotgun. I mean, he's feeling himself here. It's a really risky play. It's now been great target selection. Catches you that baby just in towards the owl drone. And he's still standing. He looks like he wants to absolutely pop off here. And he is. One by one they come. And one by one they fall. Can he find that final man as well?
Wow, 2 dong di sini.
Why are you looking to try and take towards the site? But something's been dominant about this so far. The double swing. Position noted. Something's going hunting. Hungry for his 4-3 already in the round.
Better ya anjing. Jetnya.
Especially not now. Solid idea of where he's at.
Kamu udah pick udah nembak dia masih nyempot kamu mati baru keluar kok kocak.
No escape.
Jet
Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Something gets his 4th and he is just getting scarier and scarier as the game goes on.
Like they're channeling into that 6th gear. Putting up now 5 rounds unanswered for Paper X. Oh, did start a 4-1 scoreline here. The Tides
kita main belakang aja, ikutin si Jet aja dah. Jangan dia maju duluan aja.
Second time out here for Wolves.
Better.
And the opening stretch of Ascent.
TO.
I guess from Fade to try and recover things here. Hope for a 6-6. Actually see Fat BB who wants to really lead this dialogue.
Yeah, it's not Fade. This is the captain checking in with the boys. See that pressure starting to mount.
Because I guess this is the uncharted territory for this team, right? Is being on international stage and coming up against opponents that you just can't crack through that first sort of line of defense. Again, this is where these guys really earn their money, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
It's coming up with the goods here.
It's all good and well to have those Cinderella runs, right? And it's why we love them. They're such fun to witness. But the reality is normally that fairy tale falls short. There's been very few occasions where it's gone the whole distance. You could argue EG at Champs was probably one of the only ones that ever made it.
The outlier, yeah.
That is it. Paper X have been that fairy tale run in the past, but they never quite made it themselves. For Wolves, they have to face that reality now. How bad do you want it? Do you have really what it takes to push someone like Paper X away from something they are singularly focused on? That grand final is what they want. Jing gonna draw blood. It's beautiful.
dari side.
Not getting what he needs there.
And a tag or two, but Forsaken happy with that. Something will follow up here. Why will fall? Now actually, regress here, but Paper X will correct.
Yeah,
just see Fat BB now.
They're making it hurt, Mike.
Now this is when it's rough to play against Paper X. They know when to keep on pressuring. Don't allow you any say in the round. When he's saying the half as well. That's 6 now. With no response.
Beautiful.
Didn't even look like that was going to land as well.
Simply lovely
Abis peluru
from
kok.
PaperX. And as said, the pressure starts weighing on the chest for Wolves. It's still a manageable scoreline. Still smiles.
Kayak tunduh aja,
We
tuh
can
bisa.
see these rounds and they're feeling these rounds and there's aggression again. Something wants that deeper line and he's got it for starters.
This is why it's so rough to play against PaperX though, when they get themselves ahead. They know to not let up.
Kiri, kanan, kayaknya di sini nih.
Wolves can, I mean, potentially find a 7-5 here. It will
Wah,
be.
ngikutin kamu berarti dia naik.
Bang on.
Ente.
But that wherewithal,
Ditinggalin
discipline, that
saatnya.
capability
Bingung.
in the high pressure games now is the biggest test for them. Looking a little fraught here so far. Last couple of rounds just
Ada musuh teh bukannya di hold malah
in the
lari.
wheelhouse. And again, the timing on these knives, rather good.
Fragment to prevent anybody slipping the smoke, even though Devi on watchful guard here, tucked into logs, because I mean PaperX can sit in this formation.
Oh god. I mean, Devi's just, he does get caught playing ahead there. That is one thing that's worked in their favor. He tried to lean a little forward, gets punished. But Forsaken, the Guardian in this one, keeping them at bay. And look at who slipped towards the site in the meantime. Jing still here, doing the dance, does it well, takes down another Forsaken.
Elah.
20 seconds. The leader for the Wolves side has to stand and he can't. Falls to Forsaken at 8-4. Such a commanding scoreline.
Really is. Wolves' resilience will be tested once more to try and come back here. He said 7-5, doable 8-4. I mean, it's a pistol round 2 potentially that makes this such a huge deficit to come up against.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out now for Wolves. This is a tough scenario. PaperX singular in their goal. Eyeing up that grand final, but they're not there yet. One more half stands in their way. So they need to prepare themselves. It seems like we're about to send it over to Vansili with Sid standing by.
Thank you so much, Pansy and Hypog. We have a hell of a game so far, but I'm joined on the floor right now by Sid City. Toronto, give it up to Sid City.
Depan kamu satu.
Sid City, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. The energy in the stadium is insane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last time we had a chance to speak with each other, it was during an Americas matchup in LA. What's the vibes like here in Toronto in a sold-out Masters Toronto?
I think it's insane because the East Coast and Canada hasn't had an event like this in a long time, and Los Angeles always has events like this. So the crowd, I feel like you guys are like super excited to finally be here in person and watching the games. Like, you guys are insane.
Toronto, are you excited? Hell yeah. And now you've played, you have some experience playing Game Changers before, so you have an eye for skill. In this matchup so far between PaperX and Wolves, who do you have your eye on so far?
Okay, honestly, at first I wasn't gonna say this, but after that ace with the deagle on that defuse round, Devi.
So does that mean Devi and PaperX are taking a series?
Yeah,
dua
I mean, I got
sentinel
PaperX rocking on my
better
sleeve right now, so I think they're gonna scare us a little, make it a close match, but I think PaperX is gonna like close it out. I'm sorry, Wolves. I'm sorry. You've been great though.
Well, Wolves, you know what to do. It's time to
Ada yang dekat aku ya.
Thank you so much one more time, Sid City. Let's bring it back to the game.
Vansili sending on that. He's such a bold man. You know what I mean?
He's actually been rehearsing that for the last few days.
That's what I've been hearing in the hotel. Yeah, fair play. And they're going to need a couple because 4 rounds isn't many. Right? PaperX sat on 8. You can see on the Coinbase Econ report kind of just the lay of the land really, and it has been a bit of a show in my mind. He has elevated. I was worried after that first round with the operator. It didn't seem to phase him. He was right back into business.
Yeah, and I think the issue being now coming into the second half, you see the string of rounds.
Hidung Sarwa
It's been collected by PaperX. Wolves haven't had
Lamun
much of a
meja na
say.
lembut mah halus ya mana? Yuk, menahan.
Maybe a 1v1 here and there, but all
Lamun
the
meja na halus
crucial
ya.
kills feel as if they went PaperX's way. Like I said,
Kan
we
grass pad
started
lu bahkan
at
si
a
grass pad
4-1
ya.
scoreline. Now it being 8-4, a pistol and a round 2 often seal the fate of a team.
Juicy on the line here. First contact made, that's 2 players, and a third now noted. That's a lot of info. See if BD is being bold about this, but he's been revealed, he's been just about everything, but they weathered the storm.
Yeah, I think initially there, the further investment in utility implied the Paper X were going to follow through, but maybe the Prowler catching on CUFAB BB made them think there's potentially a little bit of a stack.
The timing on this, lovely timing on that, but something is free. A little bit of a dink though, going to do some serious work. Now even lower, clear, Forsaken, Divide, trailblazing their way forward. The A site is their goal, and the plant's going to be in.
Kembali tuh.
Ulah anjing, tong juara.
YU and CUFAB BB.
Aing hang.
Yang masih dicek.
Karena yang fanatik enggak.
Yang juaranya fanatik muntah G2.
Iya mau diceng-ceng ku si Julio anjing. Ternyata PRX. RX kan terlolos.
For anybody to step out. Actually, finds a second.
Okay, it's not over yet, but YU's going to come into this as well. Jing's quieted him down, but CUFAB BB's going to see both players basically. He's got to know where they are, but he can't do enough. A desperate attempt to get them back here.
Whoa.
But Paper X take another step in the right direction.
On the brink of double digits. Again, as soon as they find, I guess, what they perceive as a point of weakness, they follow through. He's not able to even backtrack. Well invested here for round 2 as well.
Korek jadi Alex.
Don't want to leave anything up to chance. Rifles except for Patman and Forsaken. Actually, Wolves set up in a little bit of a stack here. Flash-in's only going to slow down the inevitable, it feels.
Memang harus dipusin siang ini memang.
Maybe toying with the idea
Di
of
belakang gak ada yang jaga juga.
Doesn't happen.
Planking harus di-planking.
I think Paper X probably smell something.
There's a trap around that corner, guys. I'm pretty sure. Feels
Brimnya
weird
pakai
over
shotgun
there.
mulu, kampret di jam shoot atau?
If he falls, it would be a prize possession garnered.
I was curious there if Forsaken was going to show some utility on the other side of the map, because it's just Lysor, but Devi actually is calling a cancel on that.
That's one. There's more, and it's cleared systematically, one by one. The flash through the smoke is nice. CUFAB BB is already noted as well. Can't really fall away from the stairs. Jing already takes the angle. Paper X looking locked in here, Mike. They are pulling no punches.
No, they're not. Again, showing diligence this time around. And that's when it really flips the switch. Wolves the ones to left, kind of to sweat in this scenario. Almost a second guess themselves, but Jing, a third found and a 10th on the board for Paper X. This buy round,
that's it,
is huge for Wolves. And this bonus even bigger for Paper X if they can find it. Only the one casualty. So they come into round 3.
Mental down anjing Wolf na.
Flushed out in terms of the inventory. And Patman actually just going to ride a Sheriff through here. It's Forsaken and Jing closest in terms of this ult cycle.
Apa kesini juga sini?
Nothing of note for Wolves, but potentially a pace change.
Nice yang, boh, nice one. Balik yang.
Just initially, Forsaken going to retrieve one orb.
Kok di one way ini?
Retrieve one orb.
Yeah, couple times
Diem
last
aja,
game.
diem.
All good.
They don't have control over towards A main, so.
Very cagey as a start, isn't it? You can see the.
I mean, it's a huge ultimate to have in the bonus, so you know they're going to want to come for this orb.
Well, here it is. They've taken the taunt.
And actually, Lysor and Spring do peel away.
Now they've cleared B main. If you're looking at Wolves' side, they cleared B main. So they might leave YU here, but you can already see that rotation coming in from Juicy. He's going to try and pop himself over towards A.
Paper X aren't dead set just yet. I think maybe going to prioritize towards short here to catch somebody out. They don't want to walk into this choke point.
No, and that's going to encourage the play forward, but denied. Forsaken with the first blow, and it could be a lethal one at that Juicy. It's late, but the job done, and Lysol does well. Tucked into hell, he drags down another with him. The walls aren't done yet, but Forsaken captured and held in place. The spike now left loose. With 20 seconds, he's got to make a miracle out of this.
One enemy remaining.
3 players, Forsaken. Not gonna get it. A lifeline for Wolves.
3 left standing as well. Just an armor or shield to repurchase here for Juicy. Again, that was the bonus, so PaperX is going to come back in, and because Pac-Man only brought a sheriff to the party,
Spike down A. Spike down.
It's almost rinse and repeat here. Not out of the woods just yet. Cannot get the ball rolling in terms of the comeback.
But again, though, this was something that was said about BB was building up his players, right? Keeping them confident, trying to keep them in the game. He's going to have to keep doing that because PaperX don't stop. Even in their losses, they will still play confident games. And something taking space. Solo Endeavor. 2 players on the other side. BB and Lysol playing top mid off the back of that trip placed in as well. So they've got a lot to play off of here. Very difficult scenario. Pac-Man on that deeper line in case someone does swing.
Aduh, aku slow lagi.
It's got to be those early protocols being cleared.
Wis mo. Cibai, disemuk sama dia.
This composition. But Lysol dancing with death here.
Still have that trip, so they can still have confidence behind that. But they've read it wrong to an extent, right? They're kind of falling for this fade pressure on towards B main, but we know where it's heading. PaperX are once again eyeing up this A site. This is brutal. You got Juicy still here, you got Spring still here, but PaperX are right at the door now. And away they go. Something looks the wrong way and gets punished. Spring does well. Great paranoia too. Tries to slow the roll here, buy time for these rotations. Pressure from main held back by the smoke, but Divide gonna lean forward. Lurch closer. Juicy play in the corner. Gets denied. Looks for the follow-up. No. Spring barely alive on 2, but he's still breathing until then. Down to a 3v2. Man to the good for PaperX, and now Plant on their side.
We're gonna be coming from heaven here.
Disemuk sama ininya. Scope-nya udah dapet aku Reina padahal.
Overstepping. They're tucked in right now.
Gotta see discipline. That's a shoulder shown. Some
damage
made. So they could know 2 players off of this. That third is a problem. That third being Forsaken, but they're losing out the sight. Couldn't quite get the follow-up. And PaperX striding closer now. 11 rounds to their name.
A tough loss here for Wolves. Like I said, with the bonus being as well invested as it was.
1 enemy remaining.
Now seems daunting to approach this round 17.
Udah ready maka.
For sure, yeah.
Your money's rotten. You haven't really found a way to handle PaperX. Maybe your chances existed and died on that first map, but they're not out yet. At 11-5 though, you can start hearing that music play, can't you? That 12th round looking likely, but in its way, a couple of sheriffs, Ghost, and a team with a whole lot of hopes here. But for PaperX, they've got their own plan in mind, and that's a big investment and a big shot. Lysol lands it, so Jing's gone down. That's a weapon recoverable if they want it.
Yeah, and PaperX actually aren't in a position to capitalize elsewhere. They're spread so thin. Spike not committed anywhere just yet. So that man advantage will stand for the time being. No weapon recovered though for Wolves.
Nice from Pac-Man, big kill there on towards Juicy. And that knife should reveal at least one more, so do they need to turn away from this? Or do they just keep stepping forward? It feels a little headstrong for my taste, but it's PaperX, you kind of know what you're in for here. Lysol was the one to do the damage.
Betawi gudang air.
Up towards heaven, something bulldozes forward. Why you? Great shot. 25 seconds, and Lysol still standing. Has to go above and beyond here. 1 down. He's doing the dance. Oh, it's so elusive and evasive to try and land those shots. BB was so far away.
Spike planted.
Pac-Man is low. Forsaken is not. I know. Oh, Hail Mary! Oh, for a second! I thought it was possible. But
Yeah,
this
standing.
at the final stand.
This standing.
Now for Wolves.
This time, Paper able to wait out, navigate their way into this defense. Get everything they need. It comes down to a fine margin once again.
Yeah, pistol standing, bro. Standing up. Mampus.
The side of Wolves actually.
Itu bergaya ya, kena mental.
We'll even get a chance to see them.
Ih, wanihan gitu sih, 4 mana. Ultinya
baru set up though, which is nice. So they're still going to get a bit of a reward from this, right? It starts feeling very, very likely. Layers of ults though. Lysor could be in trouble here. See if that baby trying to get on site, but Juicy goes unattended, unchecked, and he's rewarded. Great kills on 2. Finding more would be mythical at this point. But for Paper X, they are left in tatters. Mike, I don't know if they can do it, just these 2 players.
Bagus placernya,
Desperation from Batman has got his man, but Wolves stayed off what feels like the inevitable with 3 still alive.
Clinging to life
nah,
here,
standing up menang
the catalyst for Paper X, they know they have to find the site then. Batman what down to just a lick of HP.
Yeah.
No chance for them to sit back and try and defend that, but Juicy, really the one to stop this from spiraling out of control.
One enemy remaining.
Second pick, paying off there.
Breaks the money.
Yeah, it does.
Still got ults though. I say ult. And it's a scary one with something. He's had a really good map here. Can they deny him now? Can they stop it now? Spring forced away, looking a little shaky, but something's fallen.
He's caught on the trip, nobody broke it for him.
It's a little bit worrying. That could be a tilter for him there, because that was meant to be their kind of, I guess, main part of the piece.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a nightmare for a duelist to play into this composition, but you really need that second or third man in line. Deal with that sort of thing here. Juicy deals with Jing handily.
A bit worried there that he'd found like a, the dream gap to try and punish, but not to be. So Paper X try and do what they can, and Wolves aren't allowing it. Patman does well towards site. Let's see if that BB still on the back lines. Doesn't need to overextend himself. Waits for the swing. Wolves control this well, Mike.
Double digits. That's where I'll start.
That's where we
believing.
start. Yeah. He takes 1 round. Paper X up to 12 here. And that is a frustrating one for something.
There's 2 members here down in Arch. The time that happened, and again, I'm not saying dealing with something goes wild there, but Bladestorm invested in that sort of round in particular. You never want to see a Jet having to invest a knife to deal with a trip, especially with 2 people in close proximity. But necessarily a big deal, all things considered.
Back to work,
looking for revenge up here.
Yeah, this time he wants it. Playing top mid.
The
rest of the team split throughout. A bit of a default coming out from Paper X, maybe trying to catch some of the aggression. He's got to be cautious as well. Spell out Lysor. And this is a creep towards A though. Look at the pressure. Spring's in potential trouble. Does have his paranoia if he needs it. Investment of the ult going to come down on the other side of the map though. Juicy's going to clear and give away. There's no one here, but they don't know about Jing. He's been able to slip ahead early. They don't know Jing. And now you do. Like a knife to the heart, but Spring answers back. Trying to
Jing si Spring menang.
Goes absolutely beyond all expectation, but it is a 2v2. Don't think it's over yet. Spike is there. It's picked up. Sent back away. Plants coming in.
Look at the pit as well.
Oh my god, this is going to be down to the wire, isn't it? Divide disconnected towards A main. You have Jing tucked towards site.
What?
Salah timing goblok.
The timing, unbelievable. Spring trying to play the game, and Jing now going to be doing the around the world here, but they've given up position. This could be a mistake here, but they don't know about it. Obviously, they don't know about it. The pit's going to fall. And now you're looking at Jing. Divide strikes first. What are you? Hold on again. Can he take down Divide? Oh, Jing! Out of nowhere! Wolves digging deeper!
Spring tees it up. Why you closes out with a Red Bull clutch here to keep Wolves alive.
I can't believe that. Look at this round. This from Spring. You know it's a mad play when even Paper X don't expect it. You know that's a mad one.
3 bullets left for YU.
That's the killer instinct I want to see, though. To be able to do that.
And I gotta say, frustration, rightfully so. They give up the pit. They play themselves out of line of sight of the spike. Yes, it needs a miracle, but it's Wolves you're talking about here.
It's still only 8 rounds. We said we start paying attention at 10. They've broken the bye, but it's still Paper X. They can do it with classics. But something seems so unwilling to let go of this mid-pressure. He wants it so badly, so Juicy's got to be careful. There is a world where he could get timed on this one. Those stingers, very, very deadly. We're going to go down. Camera here. Doesn't need to overstay his welcome. Could do with some support on CT, though. They do have an open path straight across. Divide going to deny that. No one's going to be able to help out YU here. Does get to at least evade the siege, but they are right knocking at the door. Paper X have a way forward.
No damage done just yet towards the side, but actually now YU going to have his hands full.
Oh, outdone! Paper X making something out of nothing, and maybe a mistake made by the Wolves. Plan's looking like it's coming in. You're looking at that late mid lurk as well coming out from Jing. Juicy tries to make something of it. Takes away Forsaken, but the number's still good. Paper X hold the advantage here. Divide could be timed in this though. It's all going a little topsy-turvy. And of course, this is the round to do it. Lysor asked so much of.
Kayak GLS di 8 kan?
Round by round. Kill by kill. A track by track.
Cek aing GLS di 8.
Destination is now locked in for Paper X.
Further elevation on the side of Paper X today, overcoming.
Thank you guys yang udah nonton.
Quickly become a fan favorite here in Toronto. Still, got to come away from this series with their